What's up? What's up? Day 2 of Worlds. We're doing a co-stream here. Shout out to Niantic and the Pokemon Company. And we couldn't be in Honolulu, so New Jersey will have to do. But I don't know if anyone watched Day 1, but we got a lot of action here coming up Day 2. I'm hyped. Production quality is always improving for these streams, so really excited to see this stuff in action. It's been great. So we're going to be pretty chill, just hanging out, watching along. Maybe I'll do a couple casual GBL battles and can laugh at how bad my teams are and all that fun stuff. So thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Niantic. I actually haven't watched any VGC yet at all. I've watched some TCG. I have watched plenty of Go, but none of the VGC. I gotta watch it. Yeah, I love these montages they put together. It's super cool. Makes me jealous. I want to be there. I wish I was there. Oh my god! I heard about this plane. Apparently there was they had some of the championship battlers on that plane, and then they get off the plane and they're greeted by the big Pikachu. So well done. Very cool. The production quality is legit. Yo, check out the Bidoofs. Obi-Wan Kenobi, what's going on in the chat? Thank you for anyone who's here checking us out. Twitch drops are live. So, if you're watching on Twitch and you have your Pokemon Trainer Club linked, you can get a Costumed Pikachu Twitch drop. I'm going to drop in the chat here on Twitch some instructions on how to get linked up as we wait for the opening of Day 2. What's up? Yo, the production quality is legit. Those in the chat here, how's the audio? Can you hear the worlds in the background? I just want to make sure the levels are all right. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this, so we're pretty excited. Look at that stage. That's legit. Oh, she hit the accent. You have no audio? Hold up. Let me know if you get any audio on the stream. Just Will, you got no audio?
Has its own top trainers going for gold with Inadequance, Jakobovich, and Out of Pocket looking to secure their place in the
make it a little
Grand
louder.
Finals on Championship Sunday.
I just don't want it to be too loud where I'm fighting with the audio in the back.
Pokemon Unite with the top team so
Thank you to
far.
everyone that's here in the chat.
Talon, and
If you haven't already, make sure you go to your back end of Twitch so you can link your Pokemon Trainer Club.
All of these players and teams
The mobile delay from the couch. But yeah, if you watch for 30 minutes, you could track your progress on your drops inventory page in the back end of Twitch, and you'll unlock your Costumed Pikachu. People calling it Scubachu. It's actually Snorkelchu.
Big thank you to the families who are here supporting our competitors this weekend. We know our trainers.
Yeah, shout out to the families. This is just like, it's cool because, you know, we talk about the Olympics and what the trainers, the Olympians have to go through with getting around, and the parents that support them. Same thing with Pokemon.
And aloha trainers.
Yo, shout to the casters.
Pokemon Go World Championships. We're here at day number 2. I'm Caleb Payne, joined by Steven Sanders, Amanda Lundberg, and Will Dunphy. And we got intense action for you all here.
Yo, Caleb looking dapper. Dapper, my dude.
Here in Honolulu, Hawaii. So let's take a look at that roadmap to see how we all got here We started all the way at the international.
Yeah,
in Latin
I'm
America.
excited to
Well,
see
how's that
Dunebug
like?
because he's been just dominating in the U.S. So I'm hyped to see him.
Championship in Sao Paulo was incredible, and what I really
Okay,
appreciated
great.
about this roadmap as well,
Xander in the chat there said that he can confirm Twitch drops are live.
to get where we are today in the Shared Sky season.
And you know the cool thing also,
If you visit twitch.tv/drops/inventory, you can check out your progress towards the 30 minutes. You just have to have the 30, the stream running for 30 minutes. If you kill the volume or background it, it won't track. So 30 minutes of active, watching, and it'll link automatically to your game.
Yeah, well, the thing is, each region has a different amount of championship points. This was actually our first season in Pokemon Go where there are championship points where players could qualify.
This
So
is
we had
good
so many
info.
players being
Again,
able to
with
qualify
Pokemon Go
local
recently being added to play
these
Pokemon, all this stuff is kind of
international
new.
championships, and it all led here. And they had the most with 500, and then you could see all the way down from there. But that's not the only
Yeah,
thing.
prize money's
Everyone's here,
legit.
They're competing for that glory, but they're also competing for that
20
prize
Gs,
money,
and you get the ticket to next
40,000
year.
going to first place.
and I love this update.
The travel stipend.
This season because everyone has their own journey. You're all trying to get better. Like I look at Sammy yesterday, who he wasn't a champion this season.
If you're new to the chat, new to Twitch, thank you so much for checking us out. Definitely give a follow. We would appreciate it.
Of the best. So it's just really awesome that there's
And if you're
multiple
here
ways that
on
you can
Twitter
qualify for the World
or
Championship now.
Facebook or YouTube, if you want to take advantage of that Twitch drop, make sure you head over to Twitch.
We have some highlights for you all too in case you missed
Twitch.tv/Pokemon Professor Network.
You know all about that, Will. What you think about this one?
No, absolutely. Valor Ash is one of the most storied competitors, but he went up against PvP David. Who is
Yeah,
definitely a
man.
newcomer
I
to
remember
the
this.
scene. Look at this switch. Look at
Valor
the
Ash is an
reflexes.
OG.
These things are off the charts, and that's what secured the matchup for PvP David.
All right, and we got some spiciness too, come from Z-Wise all the way in Europe. You're the European expert here, Amanda. What you think?
mean,
I like
these
being
guys
able to watch it so I
win
could
a lot
actually
of
hear-
practice tournaments, a lot of, like, grassroots things.
If I could actually hear like the
He was saying,
pronunciations
"I'm
of the
gonna
trainer
bring it
names.
to Worlds. I'm
So
excited
it's
to
not a
be on the
code,
winner's
it
side
automatically
of the
links to your
bracket with
game,
this
so it would be
spicy
unlocked in your
Pokemon.
game. There is a delay, there was some issues yesterday, hopefully they got it all worked out today.
Wow.
He brought it every single battle.
It used to be a code where they would give you like a unique code to redeem. Now, since your game is actually linked through Pokemon Trainer Club, everything's automated.
The matchup of the day is between two international champions. Of course, Tauntaun won EUIC 2023, and then Harjeffi won LAIC this season. And you had back-to-back.
The interviews have been pretty entertaining too, watching the interviews of these Go trainers kind of talking smack.
Game number 2, and then eventually, yes, you catch this on the Shadow Magnezone, but Shadow Magnezone's maybe not a Pokemon you want to catch everything on. Registeel has been a strong pick in this tournament so far. And
I've been
Harjeffi comes
slacking
back to
with
win
my
this series.
GBL playing.
That's right. And
So it's been
huge run
it's
from
been cool
Harjeffi
seeing some of these
that
teams
series,
because it's
and
like,
a lot of
I'm
players
super casual
still
with
will
it.
be making it
I don't
on
care what
stage here
what I
today.
use if I win or lose,
Valor Ash
doesn't
is
matter.
a clip. Both of them actually are
So it's always
on
fun
day
seeing
number
it
2
super
as
high,
well. So
high level.
maybe get a little redemption match between the two of them. But we had some prediction as well too. I think we threw out a few trainer names yesterday on players to look out for, who we thought might take the whole thing. But this is a World Championship, so anything can happen. It looks like most of our predictions were flipped on its head. However, I'm standing by my Pokemon predictions here, looking like, that's like
Just gonna add a link in the chat for everyone to track their progress.
I think I also did great. Gudra from Lurgan Rocket, Registeel has been a standout Pokemon, and then must-see Twitch.tv, Paul Lasha with the Shadow Magnezone. Feel good about that pick as well.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with my picks overall. We were kind of joking around, is Azumarill still meta? Azumarill has been pretty much being played on a lot of the top teams that we saw through yesterday. I think, yeah, I'm going with mine.
Yeah, well, I have Guzzlord and Umbreon as my picks. Not too many dark types are making it here into day number 2, but I do think Altaria and Chargebug are winning Pokemon.
I don't even know what the top meta Pokemon of the world has been.
Through the bracket in day number 2.
Good thing we didn't then go to caster predictions of trainers, because I did not do as well on that one.
Womp womp.
Well, speaking of trainers, we do have some players to watch for day number 2. Some of our predictions were a little bit off on day number 1, but some of these players are still around. We got Jakobovich, the Australian champion, and he's looking to continue his win streak on the winner's side. We got Inadequance as well, the Giratina Master, undefeated as well on the winner's side. And we got Out of Pocket.
Yo, the production value. I get so excited over the production value.
NA, and looking to be the world champion too.
Couldn't be
do
a
a
better
little-
breed. One of the most consistent
little raid.
trainers in Jakobovic, one of the spice trainers that plays so polarizing, but somehow is insanely consistent. And of course, the only trainer to win in this current iteration
no.
of the meta out of pocket.
I was too slow.
Yeah, but there's a lot for you to do at
was
home as
too
well.
slow.
If you're tuning in from wherever you are, there is the Community Day Classic Beldum coming up. That
Yo,
should be
hype on
happening
Beldum Community
tomorrow,
Day Classic
but
tomorrow.
stay
That's going
tuned
to
for
be
that one.
awesome.
That'll be a classic one too. What you think about Metagross, Amanda?
I have a great Metagross for Master League, but I always want more. I don't have the shiny hundo, as we call it, that 15.
Yo, everybody's been hyped on the Metagross, man.
Egg hatcher. And so one
This
more
is the
egg
time to
hatch
do it.
distance, yeah, that's all my incubators are going to
Yo,
be going.
hold up,
Alright,
hold up. Let me show you the heavy duty incubation action going on right here. Single incubator grind, baby. I don't even have any other incubator. There you go. There you go. Single incubator grind, baby.
If trainers are just tuning into the stream today,
Yeah,
and they did not
about
tune in
that.
yesterday to the
One
end
at
of
a
the stream,
time.
we got
One at a
the
time.
loudest cheers of the entire day when we revealed the new meta changes and updates. And as you're
Shout out to everyone here in the
like
chat across all the different platforms. Remember, if you want to take advantage of the Twitch drops, if you see the Twitch drops on screen right now, that's from the main stream. So you're going to want to watch the main stream if you want to get those team-based drops today. This stream with the Twitch drop will get you the Costumed Pikachu.
What you think about the Twitch drops?
No, absolutely. It's amazing. We have Twitch drops every
Yeah, there
day
were some
for every
glitches
game.
yesterday. I didn't get my Sableye either. I didn't get that. I didn't get anything.
But head on over
I,
to
you know,
TCG
so
as well to get those Twitch drops. Also get it from
I'll be watching the main stream today to see how that goes.
Drops as well, so
But
definitely
it was a little
tune into
glitched
that
yesterday.
one. If you like evolutions, Sylveon could be your thing too. You get the world's winning Sylveon from last year World Championships as well from the Twitch drop. On
Yeah,
that
I think
side
they had
of things.
said
But
that
pretty much almost wraps
if
it
you
up for us.
didn't, if you had a mess up with your
Definitely
Twitch
stay
drop
tuned
from
and,
yesterday,
tune into our
watching
social
today
as
will
well.
also unlock
Let
that.
us know
So
your
we'll see
thoughts.
what happens.
Where can they let us know their thoughts, Amanda?
They can let us know.
Animax, no, it was messed up for everybody.
All of the channels. Make sure you're following.
Let me
on
see if I
YouTube,
could even pull
Facebook,
up my,
Instagram as well. Use that hashtag Pokemon
my
World,
drops.
and yeah, we love to show those posts yesterday. We're gonna show them all throughout the day again. Get yours on.
Hold up, let me pull this up.
Right. So lots for you all to do at home or if you're in the audience, but we also have some incredible battles. That's what you're looking forward to. So Jim and Asoph.
So if I pull up my phone, so I'm working on the team building going on right now, but it shows under my claimed from yesterday, Costumed Pikachu and Sableye. I did not get these. It shows that the game is connected. It shows that I got them, but it didn't pay out. So anyone that had issues yesterday, it should fire up today. Should be okay.
The 2024 Pokemon World Championships event.
All right, let's watch this.
The best Pokemon Go trainers and matches all weekend. Trainers from around the world are here to compete for the title of World Champion. Over $2 million.
You have to redeem in Pokemon Trainer Club. All right, I'll check that out.
Day 1, our trainers will compete in double elimination groups using the Great League format in Pokemon
Don't
Go.
forget the TM away frustration. That's a good call. That's a good call.
Continue to battle until only the final 2 trainers remain. Day 3, our trainers compete in their final matches until a world champion is crowned.
Yeah, there was some mix-ups. A lot of people, instead of Sableye, they got the day 2, and then the day 2 wouldn't redeem, so it was a
All
pain.
matches will be played in a Bring 6, Pick 3 format. This means that all players will create a team of up to 6 Pokemon, of which 3 will be brought to each game. Who will take the title of Pokemon
We got to get the buddy and the
World Champion
anchor,
this week?
Dak Cake.
It's Axel
Working on
who will
Dak
defend
Cake
his
right
title
now.
as the world champion.
Get that best buddy
Watch
heart.
to find out and follow all of the action at Pokemon.com/play.
A lot on the line here today. Just 32 trainers left.
Look at my
We're
man's
going to be
jacket.
finding out who are those top 2 trainers who are going to advance to championship?
I wonder if they get to
today.
style
And let's take a look at
themselves,
some of those trainers
or
who made it
if they
today.
get
We've got
if they
16
get
trainers on the
wardrobed
winner's
by
side, all
Pokemon.
undefeated and still 16
They're
trainers
looking
on the
sharp.
loser side. Jim, tell me about what stands out to you on this winner side of the bracket.
All right, we got 5 peeps.
Kip 20139. Kip is running that Shadow Bastiodon, Shadow Dragonite combo.
Yeah, we knew Shadow Bastiodon was going to be big when they announced that coming back.
From the equation, but we have some incredibly talented
You have a bow tie that matches that dude's outfit. Nice. RCN, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Thank you to everyone who's here in the chat. Twitch drops are live, so if you watch for 30 minutes on Twitch, you'll get that Costumed Pikachu
lot of champions
drop. I think it also comes with some
Loser
XP and some
side as well.
Stardust,
We've got
so you get a
trainers
little
like
bonus.
Paul Lasha, who has been absolutely a force in the European region.
Thank you,
Going to
Just
be
Will,
facing
saying the
off
stream
against
looks
Enoch in that
crisp.
first round.
Yes.
It's gonna be really exciting to see. We've also got Rise to Occasion.
Got the new lighting
big-time
set up, so
regional
it looks
champion
nice
here
and
on the
crispy.
losers side of the bracket. So tons of talent, tons of action.
This game is so
We're
hard.
almost all of these battles play out on stream.
That's right, so and lots of experience for some of these folks that have been on the loser side of the bracket. They've been there before. They know how to make their way over to the grand.
All right, here we go. Top. Wow. Annihilate. So Shadow Bastiodon's not even in the top list here, but
it went down from 53% down to 47%. A drop's a drop.
Skeledirge, man. I've faced a few of those.
Lickitung, Chargebug, Lantern, Cresselia, and
Skarmory. Skarmory and Altaria, non-stop, constant. Yo, so my basic team in Great League is Altaria, Azumarill, Bastiodon. So basic, but it's good for casual play. So it's interesting to see them in the high-level stuff here today as well.
Waters that we might be expecting here in the meta. One of the most talked about Pokemon was the Shadow Quagsire. Did not see that one on the list. We did see some matchups where it shined, but I think
imagine I get a little shiny on stream right now. That'd be great.
The king of waters.
That's right. We did see a couple of trainers using Shadow for Alligator. I think Paula had that. We also
all right, let's see if we get some shiny luck.
Shadow
Couch next door, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here.
So, a couple of trainers trying to use these more spicy water picks, but it seems
spicy
like
water picks.
Well, at least until the end of the month.
That sounds like a flavored toothbrush.
So I find it so interesting when you have those Pokemon that are using, for the most part, non-stab type
Final
attacks,
strike.
like the Gyarados.
Let's go shiny. Let's go shiny. Who we got?
Yet it's using a dragon type fast attack, Dragon Breath, and we saw
that
exactly
is
how
not shiny.
That Dragon Breath was when we saw that Z-Wireless versus
Oh, it's weird. Hold them. I don't have a phone
earlier.
case
The
on
Shadow
right now.
Alligator was not
It's
able
hard
take
to.
those
It feels
fast
weird.
attacks whatsoever. In addition to the Dragon Breath, also running Crunch, another non-stab move, but yet he's still finding so much effectiveness due to its unique
Oh,
type
come
and its
on.
unique place in this current meta.
That's right. I think that oppressive Dragon Breath damage is something that Z-Wireless was really taking advantage of. Not only did he have the Shadow...
Xander's here in the chat. That's LuredUp's executive producer.
A lot of trainers are recognizing that.
He also works in AV. I'm always looking at all the gear in the background, dude. Look at that big boom. So awesome.
Well, one of the questions that we ask
All right, I gotta
ourselves
catch
is
this
there
thing.
room for spice at Worlds? And we see so many regular meta teams. Teams that we've seen over and over again.
Thank you,
Almost feel
Dat
like a
Cake.
copy-paste type of team. I think that there is room for spice.
Yo,
at
if this
Worlds,
thing runs.
because when you're bringing a Pokemon
I got
that
15
that
balls.
most trainers
Giggity.
have not scrimmed against, they might be thrown off. They may not quite know the counts.
Oh, boy, that was bad.
In the particular shielding scenario, so I think that some of these trainers that are
Oh my
running some not off.
Can a brother get an excellent throw?
Have some advantages here in day 2.
I think that's absolutely right. And speaking of spice, let's take a look at Kip20139's team here. I think possibly the only trainer in the top 32 to be bringing Shadow Dragonite
Check
and
out that-
Shadow Bastiodon.
they
So
got the-
we'll have to see how that matches up against
The little
PvP
hut
David's
on the
team.
desk.
Do you wanna
That's
walk us through
awesome.
PvP David's team?
Yeah, PvP Davids, he's going to be running the Vigoroth, though we don't want to
Come
see
back
that
to the
any
middle,
lineup
bro.
versus the Annihilate. Also running the Skeledirge, the Wigglytuff, the Lantern, the Cresselia, and the Goodra. I think we've seen a lot of success from Goodra, and this goes back multiple tournaments.
Thank you to everyone who's checking out the Co-Stream. Really appreciate it. Remember, if you're watching on Twitter or on Facebook, you have to come over to Twitch if you want to get the Twitch drop.
It went from a good Pokemon up to a great Pokemon.
That's
now.
twitch.com or twitch.tv/Pokemon Professor Network. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, these throws. Alright, there we go. I'll take it.
Those bulky dragons, like you're talking about, like the Goodras, like the Altarias, when they get lined up
Alright,
versus
it's
the
not a hundo,
flimsy type of
but I'll
dragons,
take
the
it.
Shadow Dragonairs, the Shadow Dragonites, in many cases, they can just simply farm down, shield one time, dictate the alignment, and also come out with energy into that next matchup. So
This is what my inventory is looking like right now. I got too many berries.
Shadow Dragonite. I think that
I gotta
right
get rid of
now
these
in our
gifts,
current
too.
Meta, the more bulky dragons actually
Give
have
this to
more versatile
Palkia right
play.
now.
That's right. I think David's Goodra is going to have a lot of play here. By the way, this is not David's first World Championship. Previously competed at our
Hold up.
first ever World Championships in
I know,
2022.
I'm low on coins.
Finished top 6 in the seniors
You got any
division
boxes?
earlier
You got
this
any
year.
boxes
was
here?
top 6 at UIC, so kind of on a roll and tends to perform pretty well on the big stage.
All right, well, Kip running that Azumarill, Chargebug,
No
Shadow Dragonite,
boxes
like we
with
talked about,
passes.
with access to
Really?
superpower, can hit back versus those steel and normal type Pokemon. Also the Lickitung, Shadow Bastiodon.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get any more raids on stream. Couch Next Door, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. That means you get one free subscription every month.
Although energy from Vigoroth isn't particularly threatening, so I think
we'd love it if you used it on us. That'd be appreciative. Oh, Phoenix back for fire. Adam's in the chat. What's going on, Adam? Adam's earning his Costumed Pikachu by watching his own channel stream.
As a reminder, for those of you that didn't see, we had some move updates
appreciate the sub
yesterday. And
Mindfu raid. Anybody bought in? Yo, send Xander. Send me that Mindfu.
Negative end of
if you still got it.
Unfortunately, guys, it's day number 2 at the 2024 Pokemon Go World Championships. Let's move into
yeah. So this will get the Scuba Pikachu, Scubachu, Snorkelchu. Adam's couch surfing. Yeah, 30 minutes. If you watch the stream for 30 minutes and you have your Pokemon Trainer Club linked to your Twitch, you will earn a Twitch drop with the Snorkel Pikachu and some XP and some Stardust. Fake remote raid pass price drop. Yeah, that was a good one. They were like, it's discounted. Because it is a discount from, if you're, you know, it's semantics. It's smoke and mirrors.
Dragonite and Bastiodon in the back. You look at David's backline and you see a Wigglytuff.
Yeah, good call out. So when you're running something as polarizing, like you said,
I love the
switch advantage is so critical.
Choose or pick 6, choose 3, or whatever they want to call it. Oh, here we go. All right, let's get this Mindfu.
Continue prioritizing that HP, and really, these bubbles aren't adding up that quickly. He's now putting Kip into a situation where a Thunder Punch may threaten to knock out after these Dragon Breaths. A little bit awkward for Kip right now.
That's right. I think both of these trainers are realizing the value of switch advantage. Oh, but Kip actually lets this Thunder
Let's go
Punch
Mega Ray.
Needs to get to this Ice Beam. Oh, but barely faints with it.
Yeah, that is a huge, huge moment there. Those Dragon Breaths just enough, and now in comes the Bastiodon. Wigglytuff gets.
You love the Juice 6, Adam. What are you talking about? So the Elite TM you can get from watching the main stream itself. So this being a co-stream, the Twitch drop is the Snorkel Pikachu. If you watch Pokemon Go, twitch.tv/Pokemon Go for 30 minutes, then you get the day 2 rewards, which is a bunch of items and some encounters and stuff, including an Elite TM, so it's pretty awesome.
It will get farmed down. This Bastiodon does have a charged attack ready to go. This is going to be bringing in the Water Gun Lantern. These super effective Water Guns will be adding up
Dat cake,
quickly.
yo.
Here
Dat
comes
cake.
the Stone Edge, though, from the Bastiodon.
Game with Tom. What's up?
It's doing 20% additional damage and does a nice chunk to the Lantern.
Well, let's not count this game as over yet. Here comes the Wigglytuff.
Yo, check out the Wigglytuff crushing that Dragonite.
Maybe you can smack down and get to another Stone Edge versus the Lantern, but it's looking pretty uphill for Kip here.
Yeah, I'll take a Mega Kanga after this. Pitbull Poe, thank you very much. Thank you.
Potentially see a debuff here as well. Bit of an unconventional move set, running Icy Wind and Swift actually on this Wigglytuff. Here comes.
It's amazing how almost all of these matches that I've seen come down to the last battle. It's such a close margin. That's when you know, like, these trainers have like mastered the meta.
Great in game 1 for David.
That's right. You see the damage from that first Stone Edge on the Lantern, still in the green.
Don, you may just have to reload or you know, go into the screen and back out and back in.
So if he called it earlier in the game, but alignment was so key for David, forcing that.
Come on, shiny. It's not shiny.
Getting that final Thunder Punch off, and those last 2 Dragon Breaths right before Azumarill was able to get to that Ice Beam proved to be key for David, and he takes game number 1.
Yeah, refresh the page is slow. I noticed that yesterday. I was watching for like 10 minutes, didn't do anything, and then when I finally refreshed again, it jumped up to like 12 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. In order for Shadow Dragonite to operate, you need at least 1 Protect Shield, ideally 2 Protect Shields, but also alignment.
You got kicked?
Just the same way that David recognizes.
I did that raid reach technique.
Versus that Bastiodon.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Himself, all right, I have a Shadow Dragonite. I need that to not be aligned versus the Wigglytuff. I think, though, that early on, in fact, this moment right here, that Kip was expecting to be able to get to this Ice Beam. That's why we saw the no shield. Unfortunately, he was not able to do so.
Back to the match. What we got going on here?
That's right. I think that key moment where the Azumarill just barely fainted with the Ice Beam pretty much just decided the game. I don't know if Kip can just double shield the lead and take some advantage. It's still
are they all playing on? Did we ever figure that? I know we were talking about like the.
Now, again, it is time to enter.
Are they playing on their own phone?
See if you can channel your inner psychic type to predict what your opponent will be bringing in response to what we just saw in game number 1.
Mega Kangaskhan.
Kip likes that double shadow combo. I think he really is relying on that Shadow Bastiodon to carry him in some of these matchups. It would not shock me to see the Annihilate come out. I think it has.
Look at that, 3 people from the Pokemon Professor Network in the lobby. Holla.
So it wouldn't shock me to see maybe 2 answers to the Wigglytuff. Bastiodon.
Xander's running out to the raid.
Looking at the rest of the team, there's some decent options there. The Azumarill, the Chargebug, even the Lickitung, despite that being a negative matchup, can still hang around in those matchups decently long.
Trying to look to see if everyone has like the same phone case. Like, are they using the? I'd imagine if you're like, let's say the event is sponsored by like a phone manufacturer or Apple or something like that, and you're used to playing on an Android, that could be weird.
Accomplishments so far. Kip qualified to the World Championships by being in the top 2 at the.
You guys like my team recommended for these? Oh wait, do I have a Kanga Battle Party? I do have a Kanga Battle Party. Oh, I gotta hold up. I had Lucario. I don't want to pay for Lucario.
At the UIC in London earlier this year, and as we mentioned before, top 8 at the 2022 World Championships in the senior division.
Yeah, we talked about this before, but some of these trainers, right? They maybe have not hit that milestone of regional or international champion. They're trying to become a world champion. So let's move into game number 2. David,
all right, game 2.
Gudra, this time met with the Lickitung, a much more neutral matchup.
And this is an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Lickitung is always in the top.
Out there. I think out of pocket, I identified one where the Gudra can actually beat the Lickitung in most neutral shielding situations. But I think this is one where the Lickitung is going to have a bit of an advantage.
The Lickitung Slayer, as it's called. Yeah, I think that right now, just due to this bulk, the Lickitung going to be able to get to 2 body slams here. Should be able to hang on versus that second Aqua Tail.
It's always interesting to see people's shield strategy too. Like, I'm casual, right? So it's like I just always have the tendency to want to shield early, protect shield early. So it's interesting when you see people hold back on the shields, but I always have the urge to just block constantly.
Well, strategically speaking, this is looking a lot like how game 1 played out. Wigglytuff in the back, Bastiodon in the back for Kip, and Switch is going to be everything.
It does look like the same phone. Like, I'm looking at like the camera lenses, but hello, Autistic Spinda.
If I'm Kip, I'm thinking to myself, why would you be shielding? Probably because you have the Wigglytuff and wanted to get a line. All right, well, what do I have in the back? Bastiodon and Annihilate. Those are completely different matchups. Annihilate is going to have a terrible
Appreciate everybody here in the chat. We'd love it if you gave us a follow. Remember, if you're on a different platform outside of Twitch, if you want that Twitch drop, you got to come over to Twitch to do it. Twitch.tv/Pokemon Professor Network. Watch for 30 minutes, get that Snorkelchu. And I think it's 2024 XP and 2024 Stardust. So pretty cool. Blue Jelly Roll. Hello. Oh my God! Look at that 1 HP in the dream right there. All right, let's see this Mega Conga.
Yes, there is some energy on the lantern, like you mentioned, but I don't.
It'd be good with the Twitch drops actually got sent to my account. Yo, I know your pain. I didn't get anything from day 1. That's not shiny.
But it's not enough to knock out, and this Bastiodon is looking prime to sweep here in the back.
Dat Cake with the assist.
There isn't going to be a way for David to take out this Bastiodon. Here comes Smackdowns chunking away at the Wigglytuff. These are shadow Smackdowns, guys. And I think the Wigglytuff is probably going to try to throw an Icy Wind here, maybe debuff the damage, but actually doesn't go
bad.
for it. And
not bad. Should I
Kip
Mega Evolve it? Put it in the Mega rotation? Hold on, let's look at the... Oh wait, do we got more reads? Let's look at the Kangaskhan situation.
Of alignment with his Shadow Bastiodon and how critical it is to get it aligned versus that Wigglytuff.
None of these powered up.
Early game. Seeing that early shield from PvP David saying, okay, he's
that's already a Mega. That's already a Mega. Mega.
In the back. I've got my own polarizing Pokemon. Let me get switch advantage. I'll use both my Protect Shields, and you can see this is going to translate to a game 2 victory.
A lot of Kangas here.
That's right. Well,
all right, let's go back. Where's that one? That new one. I'm going to add it to the rotation.
one of the
this is
trainers
the one
goes
from
down
today.
2 shields,
Yep.
takes switch advantage, and that pretty much decides the game. Kip was able to pull it off there, kind of, you know, maybe dictating what the dominant strategy in this matchup is by continuing to bring that Bastiodon.
So a key moment for me was early in that matchup when we
Bastiodon
saw
is
the
always a
first body slam
beast.
and first Aqua Tail thrown. Kip actually threw his second body slam prior to David throwing his second Aqua Tail, I believe, which meant that David was in an
Add that
awkward
to the
situation.
mega
He had
rotation,
already
and there you
shielded
go.
one time, did not want to shield a second time, go down 2 shields to none. Kip ended up shielding twice consecutively after that, so it was just very interesting being able to throw that body slam earlier than the Aqua
God
Tail.
Kid TV,
And
hey,
forced
what's
the
up?
decisions on David,
Snorlax
which
and
allowed
he
him
are
to
my
react.
up.
That's right. Kip just came out of that lead matchup with such a huge advantage. We see the
Your ups.
David going for the farm down with Lantern, but unfortunately the Lickitung is able to reach the bait of Body Slam plus the power up, deals about half damage to the Lantern and pulls the final Protect Shield. So David really came out of that lead with too big of a disadvantage for the Lantern to be able to take advantage.
Forget that
Yeah, all
Bastiodon.
things were going in the way of Kip there. I think that you're right, that bait, even that may have even been unnecessary. Maybe just going straight body slam or just trying to force a power whip. Any chip damage into that Lantern would have been great. To your point, David knew at that moment that Lantern was going to be the only
I thought that water move would do more damage.
Bad matchup. He needed to get through that Annihilate and that Bastiodon.
Thank you, Just
with
for
his
the raid.
Lantern.
Thank
And
you.
with that bait and just with the situation that was unfolding in front of him, just not able to do so. But that's going to be bringing up a game number 3. So anything that you can see for these trainers that we haven't seen already that's going to be maybe a core breaker.
Yo, look at
or a
that set.
surprise that
I'm
we
blown
can
away
certainly
by the
see
set.
battles.
I still expect David to be bringing that Wigglytuff. I know it saw the Bastiodon last game, but outside of the Bastiodon, it has neutral to positive matchups against the rest of Kip's team, and that Wigglytuff is really what carried David in the first game to be able to charm down
Trainers
that
look so
Dragonite.
young.
So expect to see David sticking with that. We might see some adjustments with Kip. Like I said, he's
Or
kind of
maybe
the
I'm
one
just too
dictating the
old.
switch advantage-based nature of this matchup by continuing to bring the Bastiodon. He might be anticipating that David is accounting for that and making some adjustments of his own.
Well, what was interesting was seeing the Azumarill in game number 1.
What happened there? Their stream went down? Did their stream just go down? Their stream went down. What? Yo, their stream went down. Hold up. Let's refresh. What? Hold up, yo. Hold on. No, their stream went down. What?
And just 2 shields for switch as before.
Yo, their stream went down.
Not quite
That's
as polarizing this time, but
crazy.
David doesn't know that yet. Here comes the Aqua Tail. Kip is choosing to let this go. I actually
Hold
think
up.
that despite this
All right,
being
we're
an
back,
electric
we're
type
back.
versus a dragon type, Chargebug can win this matchup in the 0 shield situation.
Yeah, and I
The
think
stream
David
crash
recognized
goes
that and
crazy,
says to
for
himself,
real.
"All right, I need to be leaning on this Dragon Breath. The longer this matchup goes, the more advantageous.
Shout out
it
to
is
everybody
for
here in the
me.
chat. We
Since I am
appreciate
relying on
all
this
the new
fast attack
peeps
pressure,
here.
has the
Thank you so
opportunity
much
to
for
probably
checking us
farm all the
out.
way down, but actually throws
Remember,
the
if you are
Aqua
on
Tail
other
here.
platforms
Kip
outside of Twitch,
recognizing
if you want
this
that
is
drop,
a
gotta come over to
situation,
Twitch.
Gonna let this one go, and now no Bastiodon
Torin, you're
in the
definitely
back.
not the only
He's
one
going
that
to be
didn't
quite
get
as
the
mindful
team
of
building
that
one, or
particular
that got the
lineup,
team
but that
building one
Annihilate
yesterday. It was
is
all
around,
mixed
and
up.
It's going to be met by this Wigglytuff here.
That's right, Cannon coming
But there is an
through, and like
announcement
you said, no
on the
Bastiodon,
official
but the
chat that
Vespine
says,
alignment
attention
isn't quite
trainers,
as
due to
important.
yesterday's
Kip
Twitch
shields from
drop,
the Annihilate,
incorrectly
maybe
distributing
hoping
the
that there's
day
no
2
way to control
rewards.
that, but all of
Day
his
1
energy is going
rewards
to
will be
go to
distributed
Wigglies.
today, so you'll get the
This is
Sableye
the same
today.
team 3 games in a row for PvP David. That Gudra lead trying to dictate alignment. Oh, and actually a quick swap out now into the Azumarill. It's going to be met by the Lantern.
Wow.
No spark here, but it doesn't matter. Still an electric type Pokemon. It's going to be resisting all of these bubbles, only taking neutral damage from these play roughs, and you just need to land
Eat
one
it.
of these Thunderbolts here. It will be doing devastating
Eating the play
damage.
rough. Eating the
PvP
play
David
rough.
has all the alignment that he wants here in game number 3.
It's looking good for David. I heard some cheers from the crowd when the Lantern saw the
Well,
Azumarill.
yeah,
like you
'cause
said, dealing a lot of damage with these super effective
gotta shield that.
Thunderbolts coming through. Azumarill just choosing to let it go. And unfortunately for Kip at this point, I mean, your Azumarill solo, you really have no way to take out that Wigglytuff in the back now.
Yeah, whether it was Azumarill or whether it was Bastiodon, once you get that Lantern, it's going to be the answer to both of those Pokemon. So once you get the alignment in the early game matchup as David, you're pretty much in the driver's seat at that point. So this is playing out very, very similarly to what we saw in game number 1, and I expect to see similar.
These are
success
such
here in
close
game number
matches,
3
it's
for
crazy.
David, throwing these serves
It gave you
just
the
before
exclusive avatar
this
items.
Azumarill is able to reach a charge attack. Great timing, great
Costumed
timing
Pikachu
by
drop.
PvP David.
I
Just does not
show claimed in my system, but I didn't get mine from yesterday, so we're hoping they said there could be a delay, so Wigglytuff just standing there all large. PvP David takes it. Look at him sweating.
Congratulations to PvP David representing
Team Ted, thank you for watching.
You're coming from the European crowd here in the audience representing Sweden, I believe.
Yeah, Dark Nemesis, same.
In game number 3. You saw in game number 1, switch advantage is what won.
Delayed until the event is over. Trader Spooky, Europe.
Kip opts to just give alignment again to PvP David, which was again the recipe for success. The same team 3 consecutive games, and depending on
they definitely had some issues with
I think what dictated the outcomes
with the drops yesterday.
Absolutely. We kind of saw one key strategy in that matchup, which was just going for switch advantage. David kind of recognized that, committed to it. He was willing to invest shields in that Gudra each and every game to get what he needed. And it's kind of interesting, right? Sometimes we see matchups that are dictated by one particular Pokemon on someone's team kind of acting as a sweepers, which isn't necessary. But this is completely the opposite of that. We saw the Wigglytuff on David's side, the Bastiodon, and of course the Annihilape on Kip's side, which kind of just defined the polarizing
drops page for...
We did not see the Bastiodon in game 3 there, so, but I think it was very similar as far as its role with the Azumarill instead. Azumarill, Bastiodon both losing to that Lantern that we saw on David's side, and you bring in...
Yeah, I'm only showing 46% on team building. I've been watching it since it started.
But to you, was Annihilape a smart bring for Kip, knowing that that Wigglytuff is always hiding in the back?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I think he might have been hoping that David would finally drop the Wigglytuff after seeing what happened in game 2, but just David, kind of stayed true to that strategy, even though it didn't work out in that second game. And I think this is where, Kip is farming down with Annihilape, even invest a shield, but unfortunately just not the Pokemon that he needed to close out this game.
Yeah, I think that in that situation, he's trying to get it aligned versus the Lantern, but again, when you're not dictating alignment in the early game, you're not able to get your Annihilape where you want it, and it's just disaster from there. Maybe he was expecting the Vigoroth in some of those games, because Vigoroth did have some solid matchups.
You got your team building. Sweet. Like nice. Nice.
Across the board, so may have been what he was predicting there. But unfortunately,
thank you for everyone for checking out the co-stream.
Now that said, Kip is going to be moving
Get your Scubachu. Yeah, we are aware that yesterday during day 1 streams there was some issues with the drops, but should be reconciled today after you watch.
Interesting matchup, because like we've been talking about yesterday, the World Championships is a time where top players from different regions around the world get to battle each other, often for the first time, right? And I feel like Kip bringing those unconventional picks of Shadow Dragonite, Shadow Bastiodon, I can guarantee you that David has probably never played a Shadow
So now it's allowing me to claim my team building.
European tournaments, but he dealt with it really well, found a strategy, and just committed to it for all 3 games.
That's right, and a lot of success for him there for sure. Speaking of player picks, we actually have some caster picks here as well. We're going to bring these up on your screen here.
Reboot my game and see if it pops in.
And picking who we think is going to be the most valuable Pokemon for these.
I don't know what path I'm going to choose. It's pretty much, we were talking about this in the last episode of the podcast. It's like, it's a PvP event, but we're going after what we need as shinies. You got the Costumed Pikachu claim option. Whoop, whoop. Shout to Torin. Twitch drops are live. Watch for 30 minutes. You get that Costumed Pikachu. If you check out twitch.tv/drops/inventory, you can track your progress and see your stuff, claim your prize, all that good stuff.
Gudra, though, that's Butters' pick. I think our next matchup is going to have Lurgan Rocket on the stage.
All right, I can't wait to see Lurgan here. He actually, I talked with
him yesterday. Did some raids. I got to claim this.
He had
really,
not used his Registeel a single time, so I'm hoping to see it a little bit later. Before we get into these matchups, though, guys, make sure
Acroniac, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Love you.
We have some exclusive
you love this, we love you.
Access by watching. Make sure that you guys are
I believe if you log into Pokemon.com, you can unpair, like unauthorize Twitch, and then reconnect it to a different Twitch or something like that.
So you can see just how impactful some of these Pokemon are going to be
in
future metas. One of the Pokemon that I'm most excited for here is going to be, I believe, Pangoro, that's going to have access to some of these
raid pass. I'll take it.
Moves. I'm very curious to see, okay, all these changes that we're making.
Here's
how
Cresselia, not shiny.
But make sure that you guys are watching on the twitch.tv/Pokemon Go channel, earning those Twitch drops.
That's right. One of the standout updates to me was the update to Karate Chop. I believe it's going to be generating even
really,
more energy.
bro?
I think actually going to be generating energy
Oh my
at the
God.
same pace as Lava.
That's a horrible throw.
Which is currently the highest energy generating.
Can you get multiple Pikachus? Not from multiple drops. You can do, you know, different field research and stuff like that, and raids, but you can't actually get more than one from the drops. This is a good Cresselia.
Because fighters had basically just been synonymous with counter users. You're just thinking to yourself, okay, I need a counter user on my team, whether that's going to be Vigoroth, whether that's going to be Metacham, whether that's going to be Annihilate, Poliwrath. The list goes on. It all the commonality.
Torin, thanks so much. Take care. Appreciate you stopping by.
Fighting type fast attack that countered the normal.
Appreciate everyone who's checking out the co-stream. Remember, if you want that Twitch drop, you have to be on Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, come on over to twitch.tv/Pokemon Professor Network. That was a good Cresselia. That was a legit Cresselia. I didn't realize I had my phone still up.
Which is one of the bulkier fighting types. So I'm interested to see.
Uh-oh.
How some of these Pokemon like
Stream was just choppy.
With Karate Chop and Hariyama with Force Palm are going to shake up that fighting role in our current meta.
All right, well, before we jump into the next season's updates, we do still have a couple of matches here at the World Championships. Of course, Lurgan Rocket, as we just mentioned, on the left, facing off against the King of Australia, Jakobrovich, on the right.
Okay, I was talking with both of these trainers earlier yesterday. Lurgan Rocket said that he actually talked to us a little bit about how strong Registeel is in this current meta, that a lot of people are sleeping on it. I don't think he used it in any of his games. He did have a lot of success with some of his other Pokemon like Talonflame. Jakobrovich,
all right, so who in the chat has their inventory page showing that you have everything claimed?
Here versus Lurgan Rocket's team, you can see some of those.
You can see here,
especially like the
shows claimed from the Costumed Pikachu, Sableye, and Team Building. Is this supposed to just drop into my game? Because I don't have it.
There is still another steel type, and that is the Registeel. I actually think it has quite a bit of play into
What am I doing wrong, chat? Help a brother out.
Just a second, but first of all, I just want to remind you guys that these trainers are both some titans on the PvP scene. This is Lurgan Rocket's 3rd World Championship.
Dude, Registeel.
Bringing the Cresselia since the
Hola.
Winning the first regional.
You had to log into desktop to get the redeem codes.
I see him continue to be such a force in the field.
And we've seen a good mix of Talonflames actually on Lurgan's team. He's running that Fly Flame Charge moveset. We've actually seen some of the Fly Bravebird movesets as well. But Lurgan's team, the Talonflame, the Lickitung, Cresselia, Goodra, Poliwrath, and we've talked about it a lot, the Registeel. I think that Registeel could see an appearance here. You mentioned that it has a lot of opportunities versus Jakobovich's team. In fact,
so wait, you have to log into through Twitch to get the code, or through Pokemon Trainer Club?
But can actually win in some of those shielding situations as well. So walk us through Jakobovich.
Appreciate all of the chat helping me out.
Standard all around. Both trainers actually have Goodra. I think it could be pretty impactful for both
Yo,
trainers.
Azumarill, old school.
On both
old
sides.
school.
Jakobovich is rocking the Goodra, of course, with the regular Gligar, non-shadow there, as well as Mandibuzz, Azumarill, Vigoroth, and Charjabug.
Yeah, quick clarity for the folks at home that Azumarill actually running Bubble, Play Rough, and Hydro Pump. We haven't seen too much Hydro Pump overall in the meta, but I guess due to some of that weakness to Bastiodon on Jakobovich's team, opting to run a Hydro Pump to give him a little bit better coverage. Things like that Charjabug, things like that Mandibuzz are definitely going to be struggling versus that Bastiodon. So when you can just maybe not switch out a Pokemon, but switch out a charge attack to give you a little bit better coverage, I think that's a strategy for Jakobovich. I'm curious to see, though, if it's going to be brought in this matchup.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm in my inventory page, and I don't see, I can't advance it to get the code.
That's why he had the Hydro Pump, but it's going to help out in this situation as well. I think both players are
strange.
So we're moving into game number 1. Let's bring the energy, everyone.
All right, here we go.
Rocket versus Jakobovich, 2 titans of their respective regions.
Yo, the Azumarill lead. That's what I'm talking about.
You can see the smile on the face of Lurgan Rocket. He's very happy to see how that turns out. Jakobovich with a quick swap into the Shadow Gligar. Not a great response right away. Lurgan's going to be doing maybe the chip and dip, opting to throw a charge attack here with the Grass Knot early on into this Shadow Gligar.
That's right, definitely wants to maintain that lead.
I'm logged in. I have no about button. It just says claimed.
You can just realign the Registeel versus the Azumarill rather than switching out.
Yeah, great call out. So if that Registeel with the access to Zap Cannon, going to be even more
strange.
devastating than the Grass Knots from this Cresselia. We see the dig come through, and actually now a late switch. Okay, Lurgan now opting to bring in his Goodra, trying to get to this Aqua Tail, but look how much energy that Yakovic already has. He has 2 Aerial Aces stored, but instead wants to throw the dig. I think Lurgan is now at the Aqua Tail as well. He should be able to either launch this Aqua Tail or maybe try and go for a shield farm down.
Yeah, I have everything claimed. I just didn't get the code.
Quite unfortunately for Yakovic. I think he's a little bit frustrated, expecting to get to that Aerial Ace. Now Lurgan Rocket able to keep switch, has a charge attack ready to go. Azumarill comes back out for Yakovic.
This is really nice because Lurgan Rocket got that full farm down and now going to be able to launch 2 Thunder Punches versus the Azumarill. Might even reach a 3rd if Yakovic tries to go for the full farm down.
Yeah,
appreciate everybody here in the chat. This is pretty fun.
While your Dragon Breaths are resisted, these bubbles are resisted too, and they are just doing a tiny bit of damage. Here comes the next Thunder Punch. This is super effective.
Yeah, I'm logged into my Trainer Club account.
To yourself, all right, I don't want to prioritize this. I don't think it's going to have too much play, knowing that Cresselia is still lurking, but you are going to be coming out with a Hydro Pump. I think plus another bubble. Hydro Pump is going to be some significant damage into the Cresselia. Lurgan Rocket now has to make a decision. Do I bring in the Cresselia or do I bring in this Registeel as well? Depends on what you're expecting in the back. He brings in the Registeel here.
Wow.
This is now going to give Yakovic the opportunity to launch this Hydro Pump, and the last thing you want to see as this Cresselia is a Mandibuzz. At least you have access to that Moonblast, but this is a little bit of an awkward matchup now, so.
Yeah, potentially a small window of hope here for Yakovic. Landed that heavy-hitting Hydro Pump, as you just mentioned, and that actually was the hardest-hitting charge attack remaining in the game. There's a Mandibuzz lurking in the back.
Thank you so much, Angelic Nightmares.
Rocket firing off a Focus Blast here. Actually pulls the last shield from Azumarill. Kind of surprising. We see a low-health Azumarill, but it does have a ton of energy.
Yeah, the Twitch won't let you send links.
Great catch. This is the Hydro Pump. Maybe expecting the player off. This is going to do a significant chunk. Actually undercharges it quite a bit. A little bit surprising here. Maybe wants to go for a bubble down, but instead brings the Mandibuzz in. I think that this would be a very rough Snarl down. Probably going to be 7 or 8 Snarls. Could go all the way for it, though. In the meantime, here comes the Moonblast from Lurgan Rocket. 10% chance on a debuff, but we don't see it this time, so.
That's right. I don't know if Yakovic is going for the full farm down. As you mentioned, this Cresselia is going to be reaching another Moonblast. Lurgan Rocket firing it off at just the last second. But Yakovic knows that the hardest hitting charge attack at this point is going to be the Registeel. Mandibuzz is.
Thank you, Angelic Nightmares.
Although maybe after enough time, the lock-ons will start adding up.
A full Snarl down there by the Mandibuzz. Keep in mind, there's essentially 0 fast attack pressure from this Registeel. These are just single damage lock-ons. So now you have to consider, as Lurgan, you have 2 Protect Shields. What are you going to be shielding? What's the hardest hitting attack? Maybe it's the Dark Pulse, but no, it's the Aerial Ace instead.
And a nice bait from Yakovic there. I think this Registeel is still out of Dark Pulse range, but it is so hard for Registeel to lock on down this Mandibuzz. What an awkward health range. I mean, you want to maybe go for 2 charge attacks, but that's just going to take way too much time.
Sorry, I'm just going through it. I'm at the code screen. Thank you, y'all. Appreciate everybody in the chat for helping a brother out. Is that going to take out? Oh, no. Hit that. Hit that.
Fast attack down. It's going to be a race. Who is going to be getting to this charge attack?
It's Registeel.
Still has a Protect Shield remaining.
It's Registeel.
Down to whether the Registeel can lock on down, and I don't think it can. It looks like the Azumarill is barely reaching the Hydro Pump there. And what a nice game from Yakovic. I thought he was in a tough situation there, but closing out a game with Azumarill versus Registeel, who thought we would have seen that coming?
The critical moment, so, was bringing the Registeel into the Azumarill.
All right, I'm redeeming my codes now. Animax, love y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's here in the chat. I'm just applying my codes, and as soon as I redeem all these, I'm going to jump back into game and show what it looks like after you unlock your Twitch drop.
Pokemon with 2 shields left are Cresselia and Registeel. You just have no fast attack pressure. Meanwhile, Yakovic has super effective Snarls and Bubbles, able to provide a lot more fast attack pressure and whittle down those Pokemon.
Team building is there, yes.
Very awkward situation.
I think just a little bit of an unfortunate team read from Lurgan Rocket, right? He saved the Cresselia.
All right, let me get back into the phone screen here. We now have all 3 offers applied.
Here is that moment, I
Boom,
think,
there you go.
where you mentioned that the Registeel comes in to absorb the energy
1,
from Azumarill.
2,
and this is one of those
3.
reasons why I think Registeel has fallen off.
It's
It
Reef.
doesn't have a lot of fast attack pressure, and when you have these Pokemon at such low health ranges, it's honestly extremely inefficient.
Thank you for everyone who helped us out. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We are blowing this chat up right now. We really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Which way should I go? I still need that Galarian Wheezing shiny. I'm going for it.
There's 70 energy, just like you said. It's not some 35 energy charge attack.
All right, let's see what we got here. Catch 10 Pokemon. 20, 30. I guess we could run a Meltan box.
for Yakovic.
Win a trainer battle in the Great League. All right, I'm going to do some battles.
There's definitely some situations where it's not going to be quite as favorable. One of
Grunt,
those instances is Gudra.
charge TM, power up 10 times.
Access to that ice punch. Yes, you can
all right, let's pick a hundo here to power up.
Me to see some Gudra action here from Lurgan
Where we at?
Number 2.
Well, let's take a look at these trainers' accomplishments. We mentioned that Lurgan
need
Rocket
some
has
non-level
been on the scene
40s.
for
Who's
quite some
not
time.
level
Actually,
40?
top 4 at the first ever World Championships.
Level
So, you know,
40s.
he is on his way to repeating that performance, but he's going to have to make a little bit of a comeback here. Top 8
Here we
earlier
go.
this year at EUIC, top 4
2,
in
3,
Stockholm.
4, 5,
What a
6, 7,
resume
8,
there,
9,
so
10.
many years. Jim,
Whatever.
take us through Yakovic.
Yeah, Yakovic is essentially synonymous with success in
Tag
the
this
Oceania
level 40.
region. You can just see how many accolades that he has there, winning multiple tournaments
There you
from
go.
a regional champion perspective. He has also top cut other tournaments as well in all 3 tournaments. Don't forget though, the 2023
All right, next match is about to start.
OCIC champion as well, so he's going to forever have that title that will be his. Let's move into game number 2 though, so it's the
Chespin
Azumarill versus Cresselia yet again.
And this is exactly what we saw last game. I think even the same team from Lurgan Rocket, he deals with it a little bit differently this time.
Yo,
Actually,
Gudra's getting a lot of play.
Rather than sticking in with the Cresselia.
Yeah, I think the reason
Thank you to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody for sticking around. Moko, what's happening? What's going on?
From that Cresselia, throwing the Grass Knot or the Moonblast.
Going to run a little Meltan box.
Look at these Dragon Breaths just shredding away at this Shadow Gligar. Gudra is able to take one of these
Just so I can get some
Lurgan
spawns
Rocket
here.
Is going to be happy to do so, maybe recognizing that he doesn't need switch advantage necessarily because he's
I
kind
wonder
of
if I use I have a gym right there. I wonder if I stretch out my Palkia here. Hold up, let's use a little spatial rend.
To try and win the one shield matchup, but keep in mind
Oh my
that
goodness.
Registeel is great versus the Azumarill. You don't necessarily need switch, but I still like this from Lurgan Rocket. If you get shields down, it frees up your Registeel to be so much more impactful, not only versus that Azumarill, but the looming Mandibuzz in the
There
back
we go.
as well.
That's right. This is a great adjustment from Lurgan Rocket.
No, there was a glitch with day 1 where it was giving team building yesterday. Everything should kind of balance itself out today.
On his side, and that means that these Zap Cannons from Registeel are just going to rip through Yakovic's backline.
When you look at the overall 6 Pokemon on your
I'm gonna do some battles when they go to the first break. I'm gonna do some battles.
The fact that you're able to neutralize this via the Gudra
This is a glitch that always happens. It keeps showing you the research thing.
This is a great situation for Lurgan. He can get some nice chip damage. You need 2 charge attacks to knock out this Mandibuzz. Probably a Moonblast.
I need a
here,
grunt
and then Zap Cannon.
and a charge TM. Who's getting a charge TM?
All right, well, this
Oh, let's go like this.
I'm expecting this Registeel in the back. He hasn't seen it, but I think that both trainers know what's about to happen here.
Same teams from game 1, and I think we're going to see that Registeel coming out very soon. Actually, though, Lurgan Rocket is throwing a Moonblast here. Still needs another charge attack to finish off this Mandibuzz. Staying in with the Cresselia.
I keep a living Shadow Dex.
But brings it in anyway. Catches the Dark Pulse, and I
Shadow
think
and
the Hydro
Purified
Pump from Azumarill
Dex.
is going to be the heaviest hitting charge attack.
A cheeky catch from a man that I can only describe as cheeky as well, and very nice plays there from
Yo,
Lurgan Rocket.
Azumarill versus Registeel. The amount of times I've personally seen that, unbreakable. Head over to Los Angeles for a little Snorkelchu.
Keep in mind though, the Mandibuzz has been chipped pretty significantly. I think the recipe for success at this point is Zap Cannon.
That's a little fast catch technique. We can't talk about that. That's a secret.
So this is not a lot of fast attack pressure from either of these trainers. Just needs to get to these charge attacks for Lurgan Rocket.
It's going to take
Yeah, there were some glitches with the day 1 stuff, so it kind of like gave the day 2 on day 1. It got mixed up.
And Lurgan Rocket farming up to about 100 energy to take out this Azumarill. Still a little bit of
Starry, maybe log out, log back in.
A Registeel, a Cresselia, and a Protect Shield.
Super effective Zap Cannon lands on the Azumarill. Now you just need to get to one final Focus Blast as this Registeel. Lots of energy for Yakovic. Has the Dark Pulse. This is not enough to knock out. He's been baiting in the past, but opts to just throw the Dark Pulse here. Doesn't quite knock out. And keep in mind, we still have a very healthy Cresselia as well. Now at the Focus Blast, not before we get to this Aerial Ace. Yakovic trying to extend this matchup as long as possible. This Mandibuzz is
You're not going to win, dude.
needs to finish things off with his Cresselia.
There's the Cresselia. Good night. Oh, he got it.
To say, hey, you'll throw resisted energy. I'm going to do the same.
That's right. I think he had the Focus Blast stored, but maybe wanted to close
You never
out
got
his
anything
game
on
with
day 1.
Cresselia.
What's up,
His
iTunes
signature
code? What's up?
Pokemon.
Hey, chat.
Lurgan Rocket pumping his fist at the end of a very, very long game there, and all of a sudden the series is tied up 1-1.
So we've seen
Lurgan
the good,
Rocket.
the bad, and the ugly for Registeel here in these first 2 games. I love the adjustment from Lurgan Rocket in this game number 2, though. Immediately swapping into his Gudra when we saw the Shadow Gligar come in. This was just a repeat of game number 1 as far as the teams go, but with a different strategy. So walk us through what you saw and why it was so
That's not shiny.
In game 2.
That's right. In the first game, Lurgan Rocket actually stayed in with the Cresselia, allowed it to get a little bit chipped, and then brought his Goodra in.
I am a shiny costume collector, so I want that shiny.
May have seen Lurgan Rocket using one of those protect shields on Goodra, maybe thought that switch advantage was going to be important this game. It actually didn't end up being very important, as Lurgan Rocket had
20 minutes after claiming the reward. Yeah, sometimes there could be a delay. So if you redeem it and you don't see it in game, just sit tight. You got the shiny on the first encounter? What? That's crazy. Yo, their stream crashed again. Jeez. Get back up in there. Yeah, they're crashed right now. The entire official chat is just Fs. Give them a second. I'm sure they'll come right back online. There we go. All right, they're back.
Since last year's World Championships, right? I think he swept both of the regionals he competed in this year, and here he is on the winner's side at the World Championships.
Yeah, so he is, a stranger to adversity here, you could say.
What I really like with Go in terms of like this high-level competitive play is that it's so balanced. Like the trainers are so equally skilled. The matches go usually till the end. A lot of one hit HP in a dream kind of situations.
But he is on the winner's side of the bracket. Let's move into game number 3 here. So this is a decisive game number 3. We see the Goodra lead from Lurgan. It's now going to be met by the Shadow Gligar. Cannot escape that Goodra.
That's right. I think Lurgan Rocket actually brought the same team, but
we'll wait for
Goodra this time. And this is a great matchup for Goodra. Oh, but actually a nice
catch there's the switch and the swap.
Lurgan Rocket potentially could have thrown the Thunder Punch.
Did you see that little catch graphic? That was nice. Hey, my drafts don't continue to do you know why? I'm not sure. There's been some issues with the drops, so just try refreshing, logging in, logging out if you're having any issues with your tracking.
Some of that energy so that when that Gligar comes back, I have an Aqua Tail loaded, ready to go. There's really not too much that's going to be punishing this Cresselia or this.
Yo, Goodra is on a lot of teams.
But you're still going to be able to get to these grass knots, and even with those Dragon Breaths, that provides you a little bit of chip damage where you're now likely going to be in.
I still need that shiny or that Hundo Meltan.
I still expect to see Lurgan be able to maintain switch. But
I'm here for the drop and the fact you seem like a cool dude. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Give us a follow. We do a weekly podcast, Pokemon Go podcast called LuredUp. We're part of the Pokemon Professor Network. On the network, we have about 6 or 7 different podcasts all about Pokemon. 3 or 4 Pokemon Go shows. We have the Wayspotters podcast, which is all about Wayfarer. We got a TCG podcast called Special Conditions. We got a Pokemon Sleep podcast called Sleep It Off. And then we've got Good Morning Johto, Purified podcast, After Darkrai, all Pokemon Go. If you got the Pikachu yesterday, can you get another today? No, one drop per account. So even if you were to watch a co-stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you'd only get one.
The Charge Bug did just a little bit of fast attack pressure damage, which means that 2 Zap Cannons are going to be
just watching you get the Pikachu. It says only the items are tracking and nothing. You should get the Pikachu, yeah. You should get the Pikachu. My favorite Pokemon is Magikarp.
Makes this matchup a little bit better.
For a long time, it was Geodude, and I've switched over to Magikarp.
2 discharges at this range. Yeah, no problem at all.
Is there a research tomorrow? Let me pull it up.
Another swap out coming from Yakovovich, and actually catches the dig. Still going to be shielding this one up. Again, we're always thinking to ourselves, what are going to be the hardest hitting charge attacks at this range? Dig from a Shadow Gligar, absolutely a hard hitting charge attack.
Shiny Pinsir, good Pokemon. Good Pokemon.
Actually, over 2 Aqua Tails here. He's going to have to throw the second right away, though, because I think Yakovovich
so there isn't a day 3 drop. There's just the 3 total drops. So the Sableye for day 1, the team building for day 2, and the co-stream, which we're doing here for the Pikachu.
Able to knock out shields are now down for Yakovovich. This Goodra is in great position. It still needs to get through this Azumarill, and it needs to get through the Charge Bug as well. I think the Charge Bug
4 total drops? What's the 4th? Oh, the Avatar stuff? Yeah, the Avatar stuff.
How do I take out this Azumarill? Is it going to be a Thunder Punch?
Team building is tracking. Logging out work. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks so much, Starry. Appreciate you stopping by.
Already has back-to-back X scissors. If he throws this straight away, he's going to deny the Goodra's energy, and there it is.
I got my Elite TM drop and redeemed the code, but there's nothing. Give it a little bit. Give it a little bit. It'll show up. Sometimes logging out of the game, closing, and coming back helps. Oh no. no.
Azumarill. This is interesting though, because you don't want to get Volt switched down, come out with a move on your Charger Bug. It's going to maybe come down to charge attack priority, because I think Goodra has a move loaded, so.
I think you're absolutely right. Survived with barely.
How many Pikachus? I'm about 20, 30. I'm gonna be out playing a lot tonight and tomorrow, so I'm gonna do I play in Red Bank, New Jersey. Shout out to the Red Bank crew. We got 80 stops in the downtown area, so I'll be looking for the research tonight for sure.
Just like you said, Lurgan Rocket able to use that same team of 3, the Cresselia, the Goodra, the Registeel. Beautiful plays there by Lurgan. In fact, actually, he went down.
No balloons right now.
That, if you recall, he made some great adaptations and some great line reads, and he was able to take a 2-1 victory there. Was there an MVP for Lurgan there in your mind? So
yeah, Registeel.
The Goodra, but
or the
like
Goodra.
Said, he brought the same line of 3 all 3 games, just in a little bit of a different order. So I think they all have to share the MVP title. But I have to say, looking at the Goodra, it was really able to do a lot of damage against Gligar in the game 2.
Yeah, I wish you could still get shiny Meltan.
He was winning. So I think that having that matchup line up for him the way it did.
Once redeemed, it's done. Yeah, so you can, if you go to the twitch.tv/drop/inventory, you can show your progress and it'll say claimed. And then once you're claimed, you're all set. You just have to go back into rewards.pokemon.com to claim your code, and then you redeem that at store.pokemongolive.com. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Get through that matchup a lot easier. So I think
you have multiple streams overlapping. You got like the NASA setup. It's like Grand Central.
That's right. I really like the adjustment that he made going from.
You managed a shiny Meltan. I got a couple.
Really setting up the Registeel from success. Really nice synergy among all his 3 Pokemon in terms of how you balance shields, how you balance fast attack.
I got a couple. I got 6.
Had the perfect combination.
You know what's interesting about that Charger Bug is we saw it lined up versus that Registeel, and we talked about how not as
the rebroadcast of day 1, I believe, goes until tonight. I think they said that they were going to be playing it, so just go back and look on, if you go to twitch.tv/Pokemon Go on the official Pokemon Go Twitch and go to their videos, you'll see one labeled rebroadcast. The Twitch drops will work on the rebroadcasts. Your shiny Meltan has trash IVs. Most of my shinies have trash IVs. Favorite shiny outfit Pokemon? I'll pull it up for you. Give me a second. Shiny, and actually let's pull this up so you can see what I have.
Fantastic job, and it's no surprise why after seeing that gameplay.
Yeah, these games are so important because
I want by number.
That much closer to.
So we got a bunch of Pikachus.
Some of those top trainers. Grand prize $20,000 for Pokemon Go. So a lot on the line for these trainers. Not only just the glory and the honor of the title of world champion.
There we go.
Succeeding, top cutting.
The boy.
A lot of other prizes as well.
The Snorlax, the Cowboy Snorlax. This was actually from GoFest in Seattle. Caught this at GoFest. So that's a good one.
Although I wouldn't be surprised.
You want to see another good Snorlax? Hold up. What do you know about this?
On the winner side of the bracket before, so if you just pretend.
Look at that. That's a Nundo Snorlax with the cowboy hat. This was also in Seattle.
But let's hear from Lurgan himself. We're standing by with Caleb Pang.
9 Nundos in the inventory.
I'm here with Lurgan Rocket, hot off his win on the winner side of bracket. I saw
Lurgan Rocket taking the match.
Even a selfie afterward. Tell us about the history between you and Jakobovich.
So we started messaging each other partway through.
Favorite legendary? Ooh. I'm always a fire kind of guy, so I do love Moltres. Top Nanner Dank. Drank. Do you have a shadow cowboy hat Snorlax? No.
With the potential! We scrim, we team build together, we run ideas past each other. We've gotten quite close over the last year or so.
There you go.
Well, that's definitely got to be a bittersweet feeling, right? Battling a friend, it's always a fun time, but also only one you can move forward. Congratulations on your win as well. Tell us a little about what the mentality is coming into these big tournaments, because it seems like every big tournament.
I'm here for 30 minutes. Thank you, Lalo. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you coming in. Really appreciate everybody stopping by.
What's the mentality going into that?
Fun.
Definitely make sure you check out the official stream to get your other drops.
The tournament, world championships, or an international team. That's the reason.
Or any Shadows costume. Sure. There's definitely a ton of Shadow costume.
In terms of preparation for the tournament, look for something that's just outside of the meta, whether that's a Pokemon, whether that's a moveset, whether that's an IV combination that someone hasn't quite figured out yet, and really pushing that through. Really trying to make the most of any small.
I know I have more.
And something I love when watching you
This
play
is my,
having fun as well.
I'll
But I'm
pull
sure
this up.
behind the fun, you're also a
This is
very
my
competitive
living
player. I mean, you're the
Shadow
first ever
and
champion
Purified
of Pokemon
decks.
Go in the official series. What are you aiming to
Let's
go
go.
for at this World Championships? Whether it's the
I have a
title
spreadsheet.
or top 5 placement or etc.
The dream, obviously, is to win, to try to become world champion. I had no
There's
goals
not
coming
many
into this.
costumes
I was
here, but there
incredibly
is some.
satisfied making day 2. So I get the messenger bag. I hope it's the same sort of sea spray green as the competitor's bag. I think that'll be awesome.
Right? Or was it just the
this is-
just the
it's
Snorlax?
actually not a
No.
pick, it's just a bonus. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, congratulations on your win. We'll see more of you in the rest of.
I thought
day
I had a
number 2 and maybe even
Stantler
day
or
3.
something.
Back to you, casters.
Thanks so much, Caleb.
There you go,
and
there's a
Lurgan
nice
Rocket.
one.
I love hearing and, really just seeing how much fun Lurgan Rocket is having. I feel like, when you see the players on stage having a good time, even though these are such high stakes, right? You mentioned thousands of dollars on the line.
There's the costume
title of world
Snorlax.
champion, going to be on the line here. But when you see these trainers having fun and chatting with each other, it just makes it so much more fun for us and, of course, all the
Yo, is that the only
I
costume
love
Shadow?
the
Am I
energy
going
coming
crazy
from
here?
Lurgan Rocket, just so much optimism, so much
Hold up.
positivity, and he's got tons of talent as well.
Death Killer, just make sure that you have your Pokemon Trainer Club linked properly in the back end of Pokemon.com.
And not only does he just have that positive energy and knowledge, but I
Oh
feel
no,
that
I thought this was
execution,
costumed. It's not
his
costumed.
Ability to not, to maintain that mental focus in the moment is second to none.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah, I guess that's the only
Lurgan Rocket
costume.
joined. I think PvP David, the Europeans are doing
That's it.
exceptionally well on
That's
day
it.
2
The
of World
Snorlax.
Championships. I believe they're the
Hello from
highest
Dublin,
ranked
Ireland.
team
What's
as well
up?
on day 2. So we'll have to
Oh,
see if
Shinx
our
had
next
one
couple of
also?
trainers can keep up that trend.
Guess I don't
think we
have it.
Strange
Don't
Top
have
from
it.
Spain coming up on stage and going to be battling
No,
against
no
PSV.
costume Shinx for
Looking
me.
forward to seeing those matches here.
Nope.
One thing that I'm actually want to call out specifically regarding
Oh, my
the EU
Meltans.
region is I talked with some of those
My
trainers out in the
Meltans.
crowd earlier, and they were mentioning that they
Shadow
were
Halloween
pretty
Vulpix.
happy
All right, so there
that
has
they
been
saw
some. So there has
the
been
top
some.
4 at Worlds last
Chat
year,
always
no
comes to the
Europeans
rescue.
whatsoever. So I think that there was out of the top 32.
Yes,
13 or 14
Twitch drops
actually
are
ended
live here
up moving
for
on, so they're very motivated to have
Scubachu,
success not only today, but
Snorkelchu.
tomorrow. Let's take a look at these teams here. We got Beezle Boy running the Registeel, Shadow Quagsire, Skeleturge, Cresselia, Mandibuzz, and Vigoroth here.
It's
Again, all the
Niantic.
different water
It would have
types
been
on
more
the
surprised if it
front
went
display.
smoothly.
Our number 4
Zing.
using day number 2, but don't count out
Do you
that
have any
Shadow
shiny
Quagsire.
Nundos?
Yeah,
I don't have any
thought
shiny
Shadow
Nundos,
Quagsire
but I have a
was
Shadow
more of a
Nundo.
splash at the World Championships than it has been, but we do see
I
kind
do
of the
have
comeback of
this.
Registeel, Beelzebub Boy
This is a
jumping
cool
on that
one.
train here. Let's look
That's
at
definitely a
Top's
cool
team
one.
Here. We've got the Lantern that we were just talking
Best
about.
comment I've
Lantern,
ever
Shadow,
seen.
Blackguard, Chargebug, Annihilate, and Lickitung. And this team looks like something that's like
Yo,
pretty
chat, I
standard
love
for
this. I
6 or 7
appreciate
months
everybody
now.
being here.
Yeah,
This is
but I
really
like
great.
the play, specifically
Shout out to
with
Pokemon
Shadow
Company
Quagsire,
and Niantic for the
Pokemon,
opportunity to
the
co-stream.
Lantern, the Chargebug,
Appreciate it.
the Shadow
A lot of fun.
Gligar.
This is a lot of
Really
fun.
great play there and some neutral play as well into things like the Skarmory as well as the Annihilate. So very
Just got my
interesting
Shadow
if
Nundo. It was a
Beezle Boy is gonna be
Stantler.
bringing
Yo,
that every single game.
I love
would
weird,
expect that he
quirky,
does.
rare stuff like
We've
that.
been seeing a couple of matchups where switch advantage seems like it's going to be the dominant strategy.
All right,
but
looks like
I
this
think
match
there's
is
going
about to
be
kick
a lot of
off.
Neutral play on both sides for these players.
Did have it linked
Lantern,
correctly. I was
Shadow
able to get the
Blackguard,
drop from the
Annihilate,
official
Quagsire,
live
who
stream
I
and
know
the
you
Pika
love.
live
And of
stream,
course,
but I
Beelzebub
couldn't get
Boy's
the
got that
research
Quagsire
yesterday.
and Mandibuzz, which I think are pretty
Day
safe
2
for them.
rewards. Yeah, man,
Trainers
it's
are
tough.
getting locked in here, trying to make sure that their phones
I
are
did say
clear
thanks,
for the
Niantic.
battle. That said, I want to talk a little bit more about these
The
teams.
coolest
This is
shiny
a
I have? I don't know. It might be
talked
that
about as well. We
that
actually featured
cowboy
these
hat
trending up and
Snorlax.
trending down. Vigoroth versus Annihilate. Vigoroth has so many great matchups, especially versus Pokemon like Lickitung. Lickitung is a Pokemon, though, that may be on its way out with some of the moveset updates that
Yeah,
are coming.
everybody
doing
uses
a little bit
Lickitung.
less damage in a future meta. I'm just thinking to myself,
Just picked
what's
up a
the
drop
most
from the
important
stream.
thing of a
Sweet
Pokemon
Timberwolf,
is
thank
going
you
to be
so
its
much for
attack
being
pressure?
here.
Is it going to be its charge
We
attack?
appreciate
Is
it. We
going to be
appreciate it.
its
Give us a
bulk?
follow. We do a
With
weekly
Lickitung, it
podcast
has a
called
lot
Lured
going
Up,
for it, but Vigoroth
where we
is a
talk about
Pokemon that I
Pokemon
think
Go
is
and
going to have
community issues. We
significant
stream it every
impact
Tuesday or
in future metas,
Wednesday.
knowing that
And the audio
counter-Pokemon
podcast
and
comes out every
bodies
Friday,
are
so
all
we'd
going to
appreciate it
be
if you checked it
slightly
out.
less impactful in future
We
metas.
typically see Vigoroth doing so well in these limited metas that you sometimes see in the Go Battle League or other grassroots formats.
All right, match is
Probably
getting
not
ready to
going be
kick
seeing
off
much
here.
in the future. We do see it on the field right now, though. Beelzebub brings Vigoroth, leads it into
Gligar,
Shadow
dude.
Gligar.
All right, Vigoroth, you need to do a lot of work here, trying to get the most value that you can here before your nerf. Let's see. This is actually a relatively neutral matchup here. There's some situations.
Yo,
where
I love
Gligar
seeing these specs.
can force certain outcomes, but we're going to see a
they're built so crazy, these movesets. I guess that's why I'm a casual battler, and
where you want the Vigoroth instead of the Annihilate. Aerial Ace coming through here. I actually think this is a great no shields by
McDonald's.
If Gligar can land the dig, it's kind of scary.
Want to see my crazy work desk I got going on
so
here?
actually, Strange Top gives up switch advantage there, and all of a sudden, Beelzebub is able to get
open
the
AR.
Shadow Quagsire on the Lantern.
Yeah, not as bad for this Lantern as it used to be with Spark. You are still able to hit with these neutral water guns, able to get these surfs offs as well.
Is the
but
McFlurry
Beelzebub
working?
Actually opting to use the Protect Shield, wants to make sure that he's maintaining switch alignment. I think is expecting that Mandibuzz to have some good placement in the back, which it will versus that Annihilate.
That's right. Stone Edge coming through here, not going to be enough to take out the Lantern. Oh, actually, a shield's coming
Yo,
up
some
from
dust up in there.
Switch advantage is actually going to be key here. You see that Mandibuzz and Annihilate in those back lines, but I think that Beelzebub is going to be in control of this matchup. If he wants to, he can just...
That was an AR ad. That was the McDonald's AR ad from the balloon in game. Lickitung gives me PTSD from battles back in the day. Yo, Lickitung been a threat forever. Forever.
Will Stranger call it? Yes, he does. A no shield. Here comes the
He's taking it.
Damage.
Yep.
All right, well, the good news is, actually, at another
McDonald's, yes, McDonald's is a fast food restaurant in the States. I don't know where you're at. They're global. What am I talking about? They're everywhere. Came here for the drop, sticking around for you. You seem like a cool guy. Respect from the UK. Kenza, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Give us a follow. We stream a podcast every week here on Twitch. We also post the audio podcast on all the podcast catchers that comes out every Friday. LuredUp podcast. If you check out LuredUp.com, you get all the info. Appreciate you. Like punching a big marshmallow. Like this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
This Thunderbolt has tons of play still for this Lantern on Strange's team. It's really, really impressive to see you swap out, to have that mental discipline to say, okay, I can hang on, I can get to that Thunderbolt. Okay, now I'm going to swap. This is a great matchup, though, for this Mandibuzz.
Mandibuzz has been relevant since it first came out as well. And I remember when Annihilate came out, it was added to so many teams, like that next regionals was packed with Annihilate.
We've seen it earlier in day one. Will we see a boost here from this Night Slash?
Now, you can only get one Pikachu drop, so if you got the Pikachu drop yesterday, they won't give you another one. But we still appreciate you being here.
No shields left on the field. There's the Aerial Ace just before that Night Slash comes through. I think he has another Charge Attack bank for whatever comes in. If it's going to be that Lantern, it's going to be forced to throw all of its energy.
Yeah, and the Lantern...
Anyone here in the chat is on my friends list, and you have some raids, send them my way. I'll jump in.
Thunderbolt, you're not going to be getting to 2 charge attacks. You just have a tiny, tiny sliver of HP. It's all going to come down to this Gligar now, but keep in mind, shields are down. We got an Aqua Tail ready to go. The spamminess of the Shadow Quagsire. You mentioned that.
Switching my buddy out real quick for
why these trainers are bringing the Shadow
bringing in the Necrozma.
Success for Beelzebub here.
That's right, Beelzebub does take that game. Well, doesn't look particularly happy about it, though, but maybe just...
He doesn't look happy about winning the match? What?
Coming out of the lead there, I think, was able to get the switch advantage that he needed when he got the Quagsire on the Lantern, and that's kind of what set him up for...
Guys, we're going to be streaming for another about 20 minutes or so, just giving everybody a heads up.
Situation for Beelzebub there, no doubt. I think that Quagsire just has so much good play into Strange's team here. When we look at not only the Lantern, the Gligar, the Charge-Bug. Let's take a look back at game number 1, though. Shadow Quagsire.
I'll flex on y'all real quick. Hold on.
Actually, I think it landed the Stone Edge, then went for...
Do I have a 4-star Necrozma? Let me show you what I got going here. We got this. We got that. And we got... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And we got that. So yeah, I'm sitting on 3.
Unfortunately, the Lantern is just too low.
3 hundo Necrozma.
Take out the Mandibuzz, can't do anything to the Quagsire in the back.
I expect to see more Shadow Quagsire from Beelzebub, which makes me think that we're going to be seeing some Lickitung from Strange. I like the way that Beelzebub is balancing his team, though. That Mandibuzz in the back is such a nice answer to that Lickitung that he might be expecting. It's able to resist those
Why won't it come up there? Spell it wrong.
Out-bulk that Lickitung as well, believe it or not. So I like the team building from Beelzebub. He's up 1-0. Let's see if he's able to capitalize in game number 2 as well.
I like the Mandibuzz.
All level 50s.
I like the Mandibuzz Shadow Quagsire core in particular. If you look at counters to Mandibuzz on Strange Top's team, you see the Lantern, you see the Charge Bug, both of them electric types.
Guinea pigs. Hey, yo.
so perfectly. So I definitely expect to see Beelzebub sticking with those.
Got a Shadow Suicune over there. Should I go run out and get it? Keep the stream running?
But he really needed switch advantage and kind of just gave it up right away after throwing the aerial ace. Potentially could have played that lead matchup out a bit differently, but I think, you know, maybe give Gligar a second chance. It has a lot of play here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the Gligar again as well. I'm looking at myself, though, Soap, and trying to think what is going to be that core breaker between Shadow Quagsire and Mandibuzz. And frankly, I'm not seeing one. So these trainers are still...
You have a stack for 8,000 Pokemon? Dude, I got a lot of Pokemon.
Team that I can bring. Again, we talked about this, but entering your opponent's mind, trying to do some...
I have all my storage stacked.
How are they going to be responding
maxed
to the
out.
that I just
Item
got?
storage.
Are they expecting me to bring something different? Are they expecting me to run the same team? How do I want to bring the most flexible team that's going to lead me
Pokemon
to
storage
success?
maxed.
So we're moving into game number 2. Take us in.
All right, huge
here we go.
both trainers. Beelzebub's got that Cresselia on the field leading into the...
Yeah, look at the chart. That's so up right into the Quagsire. All right.
We talked about all the Pokemon that the Shadow Quagsire does well against.
I like shiny Regigigas.
Immediately just wants to stay in though with this Charger Bug. You are doing neutral damage with your X Scissors, and this is the Shadow variant of the Quagsire, so this is still respectable damage. We might see a swap out. The Lantern could maybe potentially come in here, knowing that you're
what
not
is the
have to
pink
take
ring?
any sort of mud bombs whatsoever. That's in fact exactly what we're seeing. You're able to easily
Not sure what you mean.
Stone Edges, and we might see a full farm down.
That's right, but I think if you go for the full farm down, Quagsire might just reach another Stone Edge, so difficult situation for Strange Top, just like you said.
Fish Muncher. Coin Pusher, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much, Coin Pusher. Everybody in the chat, if you have Twitch or if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. And that gives you one free Twitch subscription a month. We'd love it if you used it on us. All you have to do is have your Amazon account linked to your Twitch. You get one free Twitch subscription every single month. You don't have to worry about resubscriptions or anything like that. You just subscribe. It'll expire at the end of the month. And then at the next time around, you can go ahead and subscribe again. We got a hype train happening. OOVH, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody subscribing. Working on that hype train. If you have Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Hook us up with a sub. We'd love it.
Quite low, not going to be doing much for the rest of the game. Oh, but Strange Top actually shields up the Charge Bug. Doesn't know that it's going to be his less valuable Pokemon at this point in the game.
Appreciate everybody here. Appreciate everybody here.
Discharge coming through, but not going to be doing it.
Still working on these Meltans over here. Trying to finish this. Research. Ogly 3, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really close to the hype train. We've never had a hype train here on the network, so if we can get this hype train going, I'd appreciate it. That would be awesome.
To be able to take out the Skeledirge before it can reach 2 charge attacks, but he's already at 100 energy here. Disarming Voice coming through. This is actually a bait, so if Strange Top is
appreciate everybody here in the chat.
Back into the game just a little bit. Oh, and he does call it.
Oh wow, it's a nice call there.
Ready to go. Weasel Boy says, I'm going to throw this next charge attack right away, but this is all of the energy. Had that been a Shadow Ball, would have fully knocked out, and then you would still need to get to this Charge Bug. We see the second Protect Shield.
You might just have to copy and paste.
Probably an aerial ace here. It's going to be throwing. Oh, actually farms all.
There it is. There it is. Thank you so much for the hype train. Appreciate you so very much. That's incredible. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the chat helping us out. Level 2 hype train. It's awesome. Love y'all.
I'm not sure if this is going to be enough to take it out.
Thank you for being here. I'm glad that we're able to do this. Thank you, Niantic and Pokemon Company. Yo, look at this. Wow. Wow, the Charger Bug throwing it down, dude. Look at the Charger Bug. He's so dumb. That's so funny. Let's see your Pokemon storage. You want to see what I got? Here we go. We're sorted by CP right here.
The lose condition there was throwing Disarming Voice. You simply needed to knock out that Gligar.
Pretty much all this stuff is powered up.
Versus that Charger Bug. But no, the lose condition there was throwing that Disarming Voice. Now recognition of
appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, everybody.
And not only did he call
this is so cool. We're a small channel. You know, we just started streaming last year. We've been doing the podcast for 7-8 years now, but we just started streaming this past year or so.
and execution as well.
So this is new to us, so we're really excited to get in front of new people. So I appreciate everybody for being here, spending time with us. And definitely thank you to those that are using their Amazon subscription to subscribe. It means a lot. Yeah, let me show you some of my. This is definitely one of my favorites. Let's do this. Let's get this primaled right now. This is a Hundo Best Buddy Kyogre level 50. Love this one. Spalek, how you doing? Do we have a TikTok? We do have a TikTok, Pokemon Professor. We're just getting started using it, but we do have a TikTok. Some funny stuff up there. How many shinies do I have? I'm at 1853 right now. Definitely have done some cleaning recently, but here you go. 103 shiny legendaries. We'll sort by number here.
Honestly, it was looking pretty bleak with how much damage that Shadow Quagsire
bunch of Ho-Ohs.
Handled it well.
There's the Reggies. Bunch of Kyogres, the Mega Rays. This is a good one. This is a good one.
Both featured that Shadow
Look, see.
I would like to see Lickitung here from Strange.
Bunch of Cresselia.
Response to that. I think it's going to be one of the most consistent matchups that he has.
A bunch of Necrozma. Traded for 2 Luckies there.
About how strong it was. It was really the game.
This is a pretty shiny. Love this one.
Okay, and we're seeing actually a repeat of the lead matchup in game.
All right, game 3 coming back in here. Coming back in.
All right, well, remember in Game 1, Strange ended up just landing an Aerialist and switching out straight away into the Lantern. He has the option to do that again.
Got the Pikachu, gonna stay for the rest of the stream. Thank you so much. What looks better, Mega Charizard X or Shiny? Ooh. Mega Charizard X is awesome. I like the colors of Mega Charizard X, but the black Charizard is awesome too. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Either of those Pokemon.
Look at this. Strange is adjusting from that game 1 loss.
Appreciate everybody checking out the stream.
Continues to stay in with Gligar.
I think I'll put my friend code up here real quick. I know I don't have a lot of room on there because I rotate friends really quick. Definitely on that gift grind. So if you want to join my friends list, it's all good. I'll put my code up in a minute right after this match. But just make sure you gift or open my gifts because I move it pretty quick.
These charge attack priority now with his body slam. Vigoroth will be winning this one, and I believe in the one shield matchup, Vigoroth actually takes
drops. The drops are live. Thank you for everyone for being here. Get your Scubachu. Have we decided, is it Scubachu or Snorkelchu? Everybody's calling it Scubachu. It's not scuba gear. Claim the reward. How do I go to reward? What is it? Rewards. Hold on. I'll get you that website. Rewards.pokemon.com. And log in through your Pokemon Trainer Club, and that's how you get your codes. All I got the same name on Pogo as I do here. All right, cool.
This is going to be very interesting. Yes, you do want to have your Cresselia on that Lantern. The Cresselia really needs to do... I would have liked to have seen some chip damage maybe into the...
Yo, can we give a shout out to the casters? The casters have been flawless. It's incredible how far the casting has come in Pigo. It's awesome.
Already got the Lickitung down into the red here. Strange Top continuing to farm up energy. Actually goes for a body slam bait here.
You're stuck at 3%. Try backing out, refreshing your stream, and logging in and out of Twitch maybe.
As well calls the first body slam bait. If you want to hang on to your Shadow Quagsire, though, you do need to invest a Protect Shield, and Strange is almost at another body slam as well. But
yo, the hype train is popping off right now. Thank you so much.
Gets a little bit of an overfarm, and it's going to be unleashing this energy. Will be a race to the next.
We're 28% to a level 3 hype train. That would be crazy. I've reached new levels of support. We've reached the all-time record. Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you.
Still a Protect Shield remaining, though.
Means a ton.
Here's one Grass Knot, gets the Protect Shield, needs to get to 2 more to close out this game. Lantern has a ton of energy, but look at how
Lantern has been putting in a lot of work. A lot of teams with Lantern. Looks like Lantern, Cresselia, Vigoroth, Gudra, Reggie. Seeing a lot of that today. Scubachu does sound better. It does, but it's not scuba gear. Snorkelchu. Snorkelchu sounds dumb, but I kind of love it because of that. This may not take it. I don't think it's going to be enough damage.
True, actually.
Let's see.
Is just, I think, 1 or 2 Psycho Cuts off the Grass Knot. Oh, but it's Charge Attack priority.
Oh, there you go. Snorkelchu. What do you think of the new move update? I think there was a lot of things that were overdue in it.
Quagsire here. Can he reach the Aqua Tail? And
Oh,
does it do
oh,
enough?
he's got the Aqua Tail.
Do enough here. This is resisted damage.
This is crazy.
Shadow Quagsire here. The Lantern is going to do its very best to hang on. Just needs one more water gun to knock out. Will the Aqua Tail do it? Yes!
Yes. Wow. 1 HP in a dream. June Christina, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Scubachu. Got your Pikachu subscribed as thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so very much.
So I need to
appreciate everybody being here. This has been awesome. It's been a ton of fun.
As it gets here in day 2 at the 2024 Pokemon Go World Championships. The games could not have been closer. Congratulations to Beazelboy. We mentioned it at the beginning of the match, but that Shadow Quagsire just looked so strong, and he was able to clinch it with that Shadow Quagsire. That's
I think I need a cut. 2 more Pokemon catches here.
Game, but Beelzeboy knew what he was doing. He had the Vigoroth again repeat into the
I'll do my GBL.
You know, didn't get it on
as soon as I get this
he was still able to deal with it.
30th catch.
Championship matchups already here in just round 1 of the winner's side of the bracket. But what an amazing, amazing matchup that we just saw. I'm looking forward to looking back at
Joe 420, dude, 0 seconds.
Just looking back.
Fart Yards, amazing name.
In some cases, actually, games came
amazing.
down to bait calls, and we saw that again in game number 3, throwing the body slam and no shielding it.
Oh yeah, Pokemon code. Hold up. As soon as I catch this, I'll put up my code.
Quagsire able to knock out the Lickitung. Quick swap to the Cresselia. We were so surprised though because it was the little Lantern that could, able to take out one of its primary counters.
Oh, one more I need.
Yeah, 3 surfs plus those water guns.
All right, let's do this.
Barely 1 charge attack priority at the end there, but luckily for Beelzeboy,
there's the code 9. I'll put it in the chat as well. I don't have much room. I don't have much room on the friends list.
That was a close one. So great recognition by you, by the way, calling out that win condition of 3 surfs. Exactly what we saw from Strange.
I'm gonna accept them as they come.
Boy did have just a little, just enough energy. I think he only had 1 mud shot at the time. 3 more mud shots, able to hang on with just the tiniest.
It's gonna hit the limit soon. It's gonna hit the limit soon.
Able to neutralize the resisted Aqua Tail.
Oh, friends list is full. Hold on, let me see if I can get rid of anybody. Hold up.
I know, it looked like the Cresselia was
as I had a batch of people I added.
The Lantern came out of nowhere, but then
all right, sorry, you're out, yo.
Able to close out the game. So really nice plays.
Not opening these gifts quick enough. 7:30, 7:04. Nope, that's good. That's too long. Too long. That's why I date people. I put the date on their names, so I can monitor their gift giving and opening prowess.
Those moments of could I have done this a little bit
yeah,
differently?
man.
Could I have called
Too
that
slow, bro.
there? Could I have maybe shielded one of those harder hitting charge attacks?
Too slow. All right, I got a couple more spots open there. Oh, 16! So if you follow us on Twitter, we're at PokeProfNet, PokeProfNet. Every so often when I hit my max limit and I purge through my list, I always add people from Twitter. So if you follow us on Twitter, every time it pops up, you'll see it. All right, this will be my 30th catch here. Unless it blocks it. All right, let's get this. This should be my Sableye. 2024. Oh, it's not shiny. This is my Twitch drop Sableye here. Luna Lover, hi. Alright, there's the Twitch. It'd be cool if it actually tagged it with Twitch. Alright, let's do a little battle here. Let's do Ultra League because I'm still working on that medal.
Welcome to the beautiful shores of Honolulu. We're here for 2024.
Hey, it's PvP Steve.
World. I am 2 Butters, joined by our Australian region correspondent, PvP Steve. Happy to be here, ready to...
Shout out to PvP Steve. Good dude. Good dude. Asset to the community.
Championship Series knowledge on a scale of 1 to 9.
What do you think about player spoofing? Spoofing is a great no-no. We are champions of the TOS, and we stand behind that stuff. So, yeah, totally not into cheating.
2 paddle boats being piloted by 2 Pokemon Go
I'm like barely paying
Australian
attention.
Region legends.
I don't know what's happening with my opponent here.
Debbie Pebble, your challenge.
Not too
They're gonna
competitive.
be racing towards us. Are you going to be able to name every single Australian competitor at 2024 Pokemon Worlds before they reach? Do you think you can do it? From there to here? I think I can do it.
Look at PvP Steve is so silly.
I gotta give him the
Tommy C, you got to get out there and get it, son. Hell yeah, you do.
And go!
I agree with you.
Okay. All right, here we go. You got Yukovic.
Yukovic, OCIC champ, won 2 out of 3 regionals this year. Definitely in it to win it.
Okay, that's 1. Rick Flareon.
Rick Flareon won Perth Regional Championship this season and was one of the
Look at PvP Steve is a machine with the data.
Very good.
He's got a PvP podcast with Debbie Pebble.
Perth Regional champion last year. Also in it to win it.
Valiant Vish.
Valiant Vish, 3 times Worlds competitor, absolute Ghana, second person to qualify for Worlds from Australia this season.
Oh, they're coming. That's 4 out of 9. Fishy legs.
I'm like not even paying attention to this battle, by the way.
Second place in Brisbane last season.
Zoe is so fast. Mikey Morgs.
Mikey Morgs. Also,
all right, at least I'll get rid of it here.
Traveled to Bologna, 2 top 8s this season.
Rocket Claire.
Rocket Claire, 2 tournaments this season. 3rd place in both tournaments.
You guys have gone 1001.
Gone 1001. Went to EUIC.
Sidui, let it take it out. Let me get this off. Let me get this off. All right.
I think I'll give it to you. You're almost done.
So close. So close.
I'll lag it. It's gonna hit me with a shadow ball and wreck me, but whatever.
Challenge mentally. But Steve, I have one more challenge for you. This is emotional.
You got to get on Wayfarer, man. Get on Wayfarer. Create some stops in your area.
Who do you think has the best chance at becoming?
Come on, let me just get this off. Thank you.
Pokemon Go World Champion.
Okay, that's a
Dunebug.
I feel like there's an answer that many people believe, and it's Yukovic. Obviously, he's got so many accolades to his name. He's one of the best in the country, one of the best in the world.
Oh no, Diancie. Oh no.
He was not only the Perth Regional champion, but
Come
also
on.
someone that beats me
Come
in
on.
finals all the time. So I've got full faith in him to get it done.
Can I get this off?
Well done, Steve.
Oh my goodness.
Well done to Zoe and Debbie, by the way. Great pedaling. Zoe just was so fast there. But that's it for us. Let's head back to the Pokemon action.
Stop in there. Stop in there with the win. There's my go. There's my win for the research. That's all I needed.
Who are going to show us what it's like to shop with a pro, right?
Let's get back out here. Here it is.
The best place to be here at the Pokemon.
Oh my God! It was supposed to be Great League. I gotta do another match. Hold up! It's got to be Great League. All right, let's build out the basic team. We'll go Altaria. We'll go Azu.
Are you gonna win, do you think?
We'll go Bastiodon.
What are your favorite things to shop for? Plushies.
All right, let's do it.
How do you feel coming here to compete in Hawaii?
Yeah, you got to go to rewards.pokemon.com.
You can make it happen. I love
Link your Pokemon Trainer Club account there as well. Then you can log in, and it gives you the redeem codes. To redeem the codes, you go to store.pokemongolive.com. It's a little convoluted, but that's how it rolls.
My dad, mom, and Cyrus.
I'm not even paying attention to the match. I'm playing with my eyes closed here. What's happening?
Cyrus will one day be a champion like you?
Probably. I really hope so.
What's your
favorite
thing about
this is
Definitely big plushies.
What's the #1 thing you're looking for?
Probably shield this.
Big slowpoke.
A big slowpoke. You heard it here first, folks. A big slowpoke.
I have to shield the discharge. I have to shield the discharge. Did they drop codes today? Yep. Got to jump through some hoops to get free stuff, I suppose. That's true. That's true. You want the free stuff, you got to work for it.
There you go. That's for you.
Hopefully I get this off before the... All right, what do we got? Wigglytuff?
Even bigger. Okay.
I got no shields. This is not a good scene right now.
What do you think?
I think it's amazing.
All right, well, you're taking it home, buddy.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. Told you it was huge, right?
Look at that Ditto Raft. I need that Ditto Raft.
Watch its head.
Come on, don't let him get the move off. All right, all right. Oh no. Oh no, I'm done. This makes me want to play cards. Anytime I see competitive TCG play, it makes me want to go out and buy cards. Goodbye, Charger Bug. Oh wait, is he still sitting on a shield? I think I might have just played myself. No, he's not sitting on a shield. Oh, he still is. He's got a shield in the back. Oh no. What do we got? Oh, this dude. It's going to hurt my Bastiodon. Is he going to try to farm this down? Well, this is a shield, and he's going to torch my Bastiodon. Lorcana. Lorcana is really cool. I love the art. I absolutely love the art. Alright, he's got moves. He's going to torch me up with Shadow Ball right now. Or, yeah, this is going to hurt.
Pokemon Go World Championships. Aloha to all the trainers just joining us, and mahalo.
Thank you, everyone, for checking out the stream. We appreciate it. I think I might take this match. Yo, look at Speediest Chief's tie, dude. My man. Who dresses these people? They deserve a raise. There you go. There's the win.
Wow. If you guys missed that, I mean, they're in the winner side of the bracket, so I mean, we'll still see some.
All right, let's get this. Let's get this.
But that's not who we're in now. We're still in the winner side. We're still going to see so many
bonus
more
here.
Competitors.
Nah, it's not shiny.
Not only the strange
Scubachu.
but also the Lurgan Rocket versus Jakobrovich series.
I need this shiny. I'm gonna go. I'm grinding. I'm grinding research tonight. Grinding research tonight.
Win the series. I went to get some snacks. Amanda, I came back and I see Lurgan.
Which path do you choose? It depends on what team you're looking for.
But we know they're both incredibly talented, and either one of them could have taken it. So.
All right, let's see what the inventory looks like here.
I
gotta beat a grunt.
Remain in our loser side bracket here today.
Yeah,
power up Pokemon 10 times.
Up is the fact that some of these trainers, two of them, in fact, that are going to be playing up next, we actually don't get to see play very often. You know, we talk about Jakobrovich, we talk about Lurgan Rocket. We've seen them so
I think I'm working on this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're gonna go 9 here.
But these two trainers are
tag this as level 40.
We get to see the matches when they're played out live, but we get to see it here in Honolulu. And
that's
true. That's pretty exciting.
I feel exactly that way when it comes to trainers like Beelzebub, right? Beelzebub.
Anytime I have a task for powering up or powering up Pokemon, I just pull up the hundos. All right, I got to win 2 more Great League matches.
All regions around them, including their own. So when we do see trainers like we're about to see now with Yakai,
let's do it.
Kaibon,
Stream sniping, I don't care.
Region, right? And it's going to be fireworks on stage.
Wait, I said yes. It went away. Oh, it's loading. It's loading. Either that or it's glitched. My game froze. My game froze.
Different Pokemon. I mean, we were talking about Giratina at one point, but it's really popular.
Yeah, I gotta reload. I gotta reload. Bear with me for a second.
Rumor has it someone in the losers bracket.
Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
I was kind of giving him a little bit of grief about it. He said, no. It's spicy because it's Shadow. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like there needs to be an asterisk.
So no KNODNAV. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Just go to once you earn them, you go to rewards.pokemon.com, log in with your trainer club, and then you can redeem them there. You get the codes.
Reaching 3,700 ELO in a recent season, and then you've got Kaibon as well. And Amanda, you and I casted Kaibon yesterday, and he is.
I didn't make. I made as much room as I could for friends, but I'm full right now. But I have some stacked up that I'm waiting to go best with on tomorrow during Beldum. So if you follow us on Twitter, PokeProfNet on Twitter. Probably Monday or so, I'll be posting the code again after I clear some space out from everyone I level up with during Beldum.
Maybe trying to find its mark there with that, and also the Annihilate.
Longcast too, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I have to hand it to you.
Toss a follow our way.
Impressive. I would argue
is this a Bone Club or Shadow Bone? Should I eat this? I'm gonna try to eat this. That was a Bone Club. All right, cool.
It can stick into so many matchups and is so frustrating to get rid of. It resists fighting type damage. There are very few poison and grass types in the meta. Azumarill has been a showstopper.
Yeah, now that we're in this relatively new meta, the only other one being NAIC before this, we've seen a lot of picks that have.
Yeah, the whole Twitch drop thing was very confusing, especially with the issues that they had yesterday. I think as they do this more, they're probably going to learn from the community and understand it kind of needs a little bit of an easier path to, getting these things downloaded. So I'm sure that maybe they'll do an infographic or something to make it a little easier for next time. We'll definitely share that feedback up the chain to Niantic. because I was even confused. The chat helped me out. So this is going to be a power-up punch, but or it might be an ice punch and just wreck me. Yep. Thank you. Let's go here.
Go ahead and see which one is going to be the dominant flyer. That we know that the Gligar does
no shield match.
To get to its charge attacks, but the Altaria's Dragon Breath is just chunking away at that Shadow Gligar. Shadow's taking that 20% more damage, but already at the aerial is going ahead and getting this off. And it looks like
is power-up punch psychic. All right.
Yeah, we've seen this.
I got a chance here. A little chance here.
This is one that these trainers know inside and out. We know the first aerial ace rarely gets
Twitch drops are live. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat. Really appreciate you. While you're here, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, you get a free sub every month. We'd appreciate it if you threw it our way.
Just charging up a little bit extra too at 2 aerial aces, saying, okay, if you don't shield
this is a Bone Club.
But if you do, I got another one right behind it for you. First one not being shielded.
Oh, I could farm this down and then. Oh no! I might survive this Bone Club. I might survive this Bone Club. Thank you, Horrendous. I did not survive it. All right, good match. Good match. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's subscribing with Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you, Horrendous.
Meanwhile, these Licky Tongues are just slobbering up these fields in Honolulu. We talked about Aquatails.
Still got Meltan spawning here on my Meltan box. I don't have my Go Plus on. I don't even know where my Go Plus is.
Pretty much still in the green. This one just now being knocked down to the.
All right, we're going to stream for about 20 more minutes or so, everybody. So thank you so much for checking out the stream. We'll be here for about another 20 minutes or so. Really appreciate everybody. This has been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun. Casa de Cubone, let's go. Oh, wait. What happened to my Cubone? My fight. Oh, man, this is. I'm glitched. Game's frozen again. Rip. 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 Let's reload. Rip.
This is at least information that I can take away for game number 2. He's still in a great spot.
So the Pikachu research is 30 minutes watched total of a Pokemon Go co-streamer stream. So if you watch us for 30 minutes total, or any of the other co-streamers, Pokemon Cast, a couple of gaming, Alfindiol is on there. You can get your co-stream credit and get the Pikachu.
Because I do think this Gligar gets to the dig as well.
Yeah, the Volt Switches are not going to be doing that much damage. Looks like he's still going to be able to make it. Decides to go for the safer choice for the aerial ace. Maybe he wasn't quite sure if he was going to get to the dig. Doesn't matter. Gets the Protect Shield anyway. There's no shields left on Yakai's side. And Gligar is still getting a couple wing attacks. But meanwhile, that Charger Bug is
oh my goodness.
Almost 2 charge attacks almost ready to go.
That was a
Heaven and Light. Let's do it.
Down onto a ground flying type. Now we've got a
is there a way to get multiple Pikachu? Not from the drops. You can farm them through field research and raids, but not through Twitch drops. Twitch drops will give you the timed research to get one, but you can only get one of those timed research drops.
Throw it on the Licky Tongue if he remembers how much energy I have anyway. Neither one of these attacks are going to be enough to knock out the Annihilate here. But this
if anyone has the t-shirt code, you can drop it in the chat for everybody. Yo, check out the Galarian Zapdos. What?
Shield a resistant charge attack, but Charger Bug still has put in a lot of work to get the KO here. And those counters, while resisted,
I didn't realize we were doing Master here.
It's nearly within Shadow
Not even paying attention.
It might be there already.
He might be there already. I think if you're Kaibon, you're also wary of the potential catch. There is that Licky Tongue lurking in the background. Looks like
20 more minutes left in the stream, y'all. Appreciate everybody for being here.
Body Slam is not going to be very resistant, but there's not very much health left on
no, good night. Good night, Annihilate.
Yakai throws a Body Slam. Annihilate hangs on, but
no. Good night.
Yakai pulls it off. I thought Charge Bug
yo, you see Keybon's face there? He's just like, yo, that was not right.
While the Body Slam doesn't end up doing that,
yo, look how good that Necrozma looks. Jeez.
At the end there to be able to take out Kaibon's Annihilate.
Shiny looks so good.
So much energy though. I have to see how this one wanted to adapt for game number 2.
Yakai almost caught Shadow.
Yeah, if you had the research glitch yesterday where it was giving you day 2, watching today will give you day 1 research. So they did announce that.
We always say it's tough to catch charge attacks with a 4-turn fast attack user like Charge Bug. But Yakai said, look at this.
Yeah, well, watch me. Yakai said, okay, I know exactly why I have this stored for later.
You redeemed Sableye and got team building. Yep, that's what happened yesterday. There was a little switcheroo action.
Pokemon had wonderful counting, knew exactly where Yakai was at almost the entire time.
Good game, good game, good game. Thanks for the match. You got the shiny Snorkel Pikachu. What? Yes. Yes, that's amazing. Yes. That was from our research? From our research? Oh, dude, that's amazing. That is amazing. That is so great. I'm so happy. Yeah, thank you so much for the match. Appreciate it. That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we got to do Casa de Cubone. Let's do it. Let's do Great League. You got Great League cooking here?
He had that stored energy, saved it for a rainy day, and it paid huge dividends for him in game number 1. That was razor thin margins.
Yo, I'm glitching out again.
We knew these two trainers from a
not podcasts
would be very impressive on stage.
Yeah, I saved it for a rainy day, but this sunny morning in Hawaii.
Open my gift. I open all my gifts at midnight, right before midnight. And the thing is, what I do is I typically send gifts from the bottom up and open gifts from the top down. It's just how I roll it. Oh, you can't claim it because you don't use Trainer Club. Yo, sign up for that account real quick, bro.
That we sometimes encounter, like Azumarill versus Altaria, nothing that polarizing. Definitely very balanced throughout that matchup, and really relied a lot on energy management. Not really needing to control switch advantage either. So definitely a very, very nice play as those two trainers made their way through game number 1.
Oh, you're handing it to me, Cubone. Thank you.
Play neutrally and try to outskill your opponent because, like you said, Amanda, both trainers were in it.
All right, let's get back out to the map.
Absolutely, and if you are looking at
Claim
those very
this.
last moments, I think that we are going to have a little bit of a review of it right now, as you can see.
There's my Elite TM 2024 Dust, the Elite Charge TM. Yo, these drops are awesome. These drops are awesome. I still need a balloon. Can I get a balloon around here? I gotta wait 15 minutes.
So that's why the judges are reviewing it, because if he would have been able to get off that Night Slash, the Lickitung would
I knew his face looked weird. He's disputing.
So
the judges are looking.
Going over the judges' review at this point.
So Amanda, you gave a great breakdown of turn speed.
Ultra League, let's do it.
When we were casting.
My favorite shiny of all time. That's a tough one. I'm a Magikarp fan, so I gotta go Magikarp. The golden fish.
It also takes a turn.
If you missed the team building locked out yesterday, no, you can earn it today. You'll still earn it today.
That Lickitung got at least one lick through. That's to be,
it got one lick through.
That's a given.
That's a given, exactly. The question is,
this is gonna hurt.
Did that lick
this is gonna hurt.
Or was there a second lick that came through?
It's gonna hurt. I knew that was gonna hurt. I knew it was gonna hurt.
The reason that's important is because Annihilate had a boatload of energy. It had a whole catamaran full of energy, and it was ready to deploy it. If the Annihilate's able to get off that Night Slash, it actually has enough time after KO.
Oh, swap. Nice swap on that, dude. Nice swap.
And then get to an additional charge attack to look for the KO. It needed Shadow Ball, right? I don't think Night Slash would have been enough.
Ooh, that hurt. I got payback on that drill run. I don't know if I'm going to get this off. Can I get this off? Oh, yes.
Properly in order to allow him to execute his plan.
And it appears that the judges have determined that that one lick, like you were talking about, that 0.5 seconds, was enough to knock out the Annihilate.
Sorry, I don't have shortcuts set up in the chat, but if you need help with the Twitch drop, just go to our pinned comment.
By the hair on his chin, right? That was so close.
Mega Gengar, that's a good shiny. That's a good shiny. Regular Gengar, not so much. Oh, really, dude? Really? Gonna make me shield again? Shiny Rayquaza, can't go wrong there.
Made a really good play I wasn't looking for, so I think Kaibon is definitely going to be on his toes.
Got a little lag happening here. Got a little lag happening here.
I thought Yakai, and to be honest, I think maybe
this is going to be very painful.
Either I catch a Shadow Ball on the Lickitung.
Heracross, great shiny. Heracross is a great shiny.
There's not that much energy left, or I'm able to get off the body slam.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done skis right here.
Pretty happy position. That was great understanding, great wherewithal, knowing when that timer was going to be up as well, recognizing that we're jumping straight now into.
I'm not a big fan of the government. Oh, GG's. Good match, good match. There's the t-shirt code. Thank you, King.
his Shadow Gligar 2 games in a row, but this time Yakai calls it. We see the Lickitung switch in like you mentioned, Amanda, but that Quagsire already has so much stored
I'm
in
going to
it.
cut and paste this t-shirt code down here.
By a swap here. Here comes Yakai with the Skarmory. This is definitely an interesting choice, but at this juncture, you get to avoid the potential Charger Bug by Kaibon. So this
get back to these matches real quick. Give these trainers some respect.
Because my Gligar does not want to see this Skarmory at all.
Gamer at heart, go to rewards.pokemon.com to get your code.
Matchup would be so bad for Lickitung with these body slams not being able to be doing very much to that Steel-type Pokemon. It still starts to whittle away. Those licks are whittling down.
T-shirt code and invalid. Oh, did they cancel?
And now a Sky Attack is being thrown by Yakai.
Like you like to say,
it might have expired.
Just do a little bit of damage over time, but it does add up.
Don't quote me on that.
Again, thank you so much to everyone checking out the Twitch stream. If you happen to be here or you're on another platform, give us a follow, give us a sub. We'd appreciate it. Those on Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which means you get a free sub every month. We'd love it if you gave it to us. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So if you have your Amazon linked, hook us up with a sub. We'd appreciate it.
There by Kaibon there, shielding up that Brave Bird, and now he's back kind of in the starting position that he was in before. But now the Aerial Ace is going through. He has a little bit of extra energy.
Shiny Mew. Shiny Mew is a classic. You can't go wrong with Shiny Mew either.
Finds the Shadow Gligar, but now Kaibon has a little bit more energy, and he still is going to look to deal some damage. This is a negative matchup. Don't get me wrong.
We're going to be streaming for about another 10-15 minutes, y'all. Just giving you a heads up.
Down into the red, and now Yakai's got another.
There's the. Yep.
And it's going ahead, letting that go through. And I love Quagsire's face and releases a charge move. It's just like, look at this. Take it. No, getting that last shield instead.
Another one.
Final protection, but now the Shadow Gligar can strike back.
It's always cool seeing the restraint that these like pro-level trainers use with not like tapping the phone like crazy to get these charge moves off. Not me. I tap like crazy.
A little bit extra. If you see that throwing really, really great timing by Yakai there, getting that Gligar out of the way.
You don't like Shiny Mew? Shiny Dragonite. Shiny Dragonite's great. Pete's Dragon.
As well, he gets to dictate what's going to come in. Not only that, he's going to be able to throw at whatever comes in. Looks like it's going to be that Annihilate Aqua Tail coming.
So I won't be streaming tomorrow, but there will be Pokemon streams, and there's going to be rebroadcasts of Day 2 as well, streaming through tomorrow as well.
Into the Lickitung. Yakai still has all 3 Pokeballs on his side of the screen.
I was just going to mention that.
Kaibon is fighting.
Shiny Dragonite Buns Booty Cheeks.
Even though Annihilate is one of
the prime, I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Those are super effective because of its ghost typing as well, and it's going ahead and getting it. At least we saw this at the last game too. Body slam. Will this? Oh, this might not be enough. That extra lick might be neither the Night Slash nor the Shadow Ball is going to be
Annihilate is rough.
As you say, Amanda. Second verse. Just like the first, here comes a Night Slash.
Pika claimed. Yes! Awesome. Thank you to everybody that's been here. It's so awesome helping everybody get their Pikachu. And you know, when you get when you look at your researches that are completed, you can see it completed. It's it's a nice little memento.
Just for good measure, Yakai taking this series 2-0.
So if you look at the bottom of your research list, 2024 World's Premium Timed Research, the Honolulu Bonus Timed Research, 2023 World Champion Research, and I'm almost done with team building. Just need a grunt. I need a grunt. Need that balloon. C-Mags 10, thank you so much. Appreciate you getting your Pikachu through us. We really do.
I think that Lickitung was #1 in this top 12 usage. Though it has been a staple Pokemon for so long, it's been staple for a reason. It's so popular as that safe swap position. I mean, it's also one of those things that we like to call like a sponge.
Oh, my Meltan box is done. What did I get from Meltan? Just give me a hundo. Can I get a hundo Meltan, please? Jeez. So yeah, here's our Twitch drop.
Don't really do that much.
Lickitung has been so reliable for multiple seasons.
You get a free sub if you have Amazon Prime and you have your Amazon Prime linked to Twitch. Every month it renews. You get a free sub that you can use. Doesn't cost you anything extra. It auto cancels at the end of the month. You don't have to worry about it resubscribing. But you get that. Oh yeah, free frustration. Don't forget the TM away frustration.
It was just so tough. He could not seize the.
Dude, I wish I could have went to Hawaii. My buddy JC Picks lives in Hawaii. He was like, "Yo, the couch is yours." I just couldn't get out there this year. I'll be at Worlds next year for sure.
And normally, while at the very beginning, you know, the Gligar immediately swapped out, it found itself right back in that position against the Quagsire, ended up being knocked out by those.
Starry, have you went to rewards.pokemon.com? It shows does it show it's still completed?
How many Aqua Tails, Yakai's Shadow
I want to go on vacation to Hawaii to go to there's people doing this raid. I can't reach it. I can't reach it.
You see that lick down going on, and we didn't even get to see it completely finish as the
I wish I was closer.
But again, this is just the winner's side of the bracket. These have been trainers who did not lose at all.
I wish I was closer.
Number one. This is
remote it.
So don't worry if you're a Kaibon fan.
Can't remote. Can't remote. Local only for shadow raids.
Kaibon just strikes me as the kind of trainer who might lose a match and then come back with even more intensity in the next round. So definitely keep your eye on the bracket, like Amanda
They need to allow remotes. Hey, shadow raids, that's what makes them special. You can only do it in person.
Excuse me, had a lot of hype, definitely lived up to it. Those skills.
New York was expensive enough. Couldn't imagine going to both in 1 month. There's a lot of stuff happening in this game. It's hard to keep up, especially as I'm an old man, single father. I got a full-time job, so it's tough getting out to all this stuff. I'm fortunate. I'm only an hour from New York City, so I literally was able to drive there in an hour.
From the winner side of the bracket, Yakai is still on it. Some fantastic matches.
Yo, that's what I said about the drip. Shout to Speediest Chief with that bow tie, bro. Crushing it.
Ahead of time.
Well, let's look at this.
The very beginning, you saw some pretty great matches.
Out of Pocket's coming up soon.
Ended up being able to take out Kip there to be able to advance on. LuredUp Rocket, very close matches as well against.
A lot of the favorites knocked out yesterday.
Each other later on, and then we just saw Beelzeboy be able to take out Strange Top and Yakai taking out Kaibon.
One or two remote raids for shadows, still limit them but make it obtainable for everyone. Middle of the road, something like that. It might be cool to have a special item like a raid pass that allows you to do that. You faced and won against Will in GBL last season, so I hope you saved that video. I've never been paired with someone randomly that I knew. I've had people message me, through Twitter or through the podcast, saying like, "Oh, we just matched," but I've never seen anyone that I knew out of the gate.
We got a lot of players. We got Valor Ash versus
Day one drop says over and isn't going up in watch time. I contacted support. Okay. Hopefully they work that out for you. I don't know how that's going to work with support, the Twitch drops, or I don't know if it's a Niantic support thing or a Twitch support thing, but hopefully you can get that worked out for you.
I said it yesterday, but I think it is worth noting. NHOF is running a very interesting team of all Alolan Pokemon.
Been watching multiple streams, including yours today, for over an hour, and I haven't made any progress towards Costumed Pika. You could try disconnecting your Twitch, your Pokemon Go or Trainer Club to your Twitch and re-adding it and trying again. That did work for someone. Maybe use a different device. Someone just said maybe try using a different device. Also logging in and out of Twitch, logging in and out of Pokemon Go. Things like that are just typical troubleshooting.
Amanda, there's been so much debate. One of your dear friends, Arceus Aurelius, he said, "I'm the best Talonflame player in the world. It's me." And then we saw Valor Ash play it.
Shiny Mega Gengar is fire. Yeah.
Is playing Talonflame too, and he is scorching the stage.
Not only that, I think he's been playing it in multiple regional competitions as well, so he has gotten a feel for this Pokemon. He's had an incredible season, obviously, to be able to play it on the main stage. I think Arceus Aurelius he made a statement, but there are a couple trainers who are saying, "Oh, wait a minute, I think that title might belong to me."
I know there's a debate as well.
Not IT tech. I work in IT too, so it's fine.
Which Pokemon's more flexible? Which one?
Yep, Lickitungs caught in the wild have Legacy Body Slam, even though it's getting nerfed. Use it while you can. All those people that invested all that Candy XL into Lickitung. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
How does he deal with a Quagsire? But if you look at a Skeletor's team, maybe with another.
Can I run Preds? I don't know what that is.
It's a little more balanced.
Yeah,
Shiny Incineroar is good. Yep, Shiny Incineroar is definitely good.
Flame Charge and Fly. Some of them are running Fly and Brave.
Guys, we're going to be streaming for about another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes or so.
what kind of madmen are concocting this formula?
I like to call that the Zwiler special, right? Look at these teams, though, Amanda. We actually have a double Talonflame Sunset Showdown that we're going to get on stage.
Yeah, I mean, I think Arceus Aurelius making that statement. He's now got 2 trainers that he needs to be keeping an eye on.
One player didn't get Sableye today. Yeah, man, there were some glitches. Hopefully everything like kind of shakes out. You need 10 more minutes? I'll let it run. I'll let it run.
On both sides as well. That's something that's going to put a decent stop to that Talonflame and make it a little bit fearful to come in.
Niantic posted an announcement yesterday about the mix-up. I just got your Sableye. Yes! Nice. Nice.
Actually, if the Talonflame can get an Incinerate advantage, can go through if it has shields on its side, I mean,
96% of the way there, yes.
As well, because that looks like a regular Whiscash. If it's a Shadow Whiscash, the Skull does just a little bit more damage, and you might be within Mudshot downrange if you're the Talonflame. But the regular Whiscash has an even worse situation against the Talonflame.
See what I can collect out of this.
Down. You need 2 charge attacks in order to win that matchup, which is so
Skwovet.
counterintuitive, right? A Fire-type Pokemon, not the bulkiest Pokemon in the meta by any means, but Talonflame can hang around in that matchup against the Whiscash. And you know what? A lot of people said Shadow Quagsire is the new wave. I don't think Rocha got that memo. He's
How long am I streaming for? So I was going to hop off in a couple minutes, but there's a few people in the chat that needed just a couple extra minutes. So as soon as I hop off, I'll let the stream run for an extra 5-10 minutes or so, just so everyone can get caught up and pick it up if they need it.
Meanwhile, taking those charge attacks, sinking into that mud, relaxing, saying, okay,
yeah, no sweat, no sweat. I'll let the right now it is 4:59 p.m. I was going to hop off at 5. I'll let this run till about 10 after 5. I'll just see myself out and let the stream run.
Babyface, and I really appreciate that you pointed out the movesets, Amanda. For a lot of trainers that are just coming into the stream, this is a show 6 pick 3 format.
Sorry, I don't have any shortcuts set up.
These trainers have locked in their fast and charge attacks.
Before we go, I just want to say thank you to everyone. We'd appreciate it if you gave us a follow. Check out PokemonProfessor.com. That's where you can find everything about our podcast network. Listen to all of our Pokemon podcast, the LuredUp podcast, which I host and produced. You can see that every week on Twitch on Tuesday or Wednesday nights, and we release our audio podcast on Friday mornings. We just want to say thank you to everyone for checking out the stream. This has been absolutely awesome. Huge shout out to Niantic. Huge shout out to Pokemon Company for setting us up with the Costream. Let's do one more battle and we'll get out of here. One more battle and we'll get out of here. Let's do it.
We call it the YOLO of the Brave Bird, right? You just YOLO the Brave Bird and hope.
Thank you, Dark Country. Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, Bopper is also running the double flying charge attack set of flying.
And again, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. If you haven't used your free subscription yet, hook a brother up. Hit that sub button. We'd appreciate it.
What? So many trainers have been running this. Maybe, we talked about earlier, like always.
What's up, Bob Ross emoji?
Ice Beam or Hydro Pump. All these different potential movesets like
come on, Icicle Spear.
Ice Punch instead of the Annihilate. Maybe this is the new Talonflame. Welcome.
I'll eat it.
Fly and Brave Birds welcome in from the crowd as they swoop up.
My dad still can't get into Trainer Club.
2 opponents.
I hear you.
All right, let's get the let's get the chat moving. Let's get some.
Oh no, what's coming in here?
Let's go, Boppers.
Venusaur
are locking in and they're ready to throw down. This is such
That's
a
good for me.
as well. I expect lots of Talonflame mirrors. I expect both the Shadow Quagsire and the Whiscash to make appearances. Registeel for Bopper.
2 more minutes. That's awesome.
Considering there's a Whiscash, a Talonflame, and an Annihilate on the opposing side.
There's the Annihilate. Everybody keeps talking about Annihilate.
There's a lot of targets, right, for the Registeel, but there are just so many counters as well. I don't know, in game number 1, when you're not used to playing an opponent, do you go for the safer bet, or do you go for something that you're saying, okay, no.
Just finishing up this this match. I should have a balloon show up. I'm going to finish out that last timed research. I'm going to hop off. I'll let the stream run for another 10 minutes or so, so everyone can get their last few minutes needed for their Twitch drop.
We've got Whiscash versus the Shadow Quagsire. There is Talonflame and Chargebug in the back there for Rocha Babyface, so he is bringing the heat.
Rocha representing Mexico. Yo, Mexico scene is insane. Shout out to the Mexican trainers.
But it's not going to be that effective, and as you can see, even though he's pacing very quickly, It's not going to be
all right, I forgot I had a shield.
Hitting Scald, potentially also going for that debuff.
Yeah, I like the Scald setup here. Does not get the debuff, unfortunately, but the Whiscash is just a tad bulkier than the Shadow
Let's go, let's go.
Is able to withstand the double Aqua Tails here, and the pacing is also very similar. Quagsire just a hair faster, but Whiscash fires back almost immediately.
There you
it's already
go.
got the Mud Bomb ready, and the swap into the shiny Lickitung.
Lickitung being able to absorb
Oh
it. We
no!
talked about
Oh
it
no!
in
This
the
is
past.
not going to be
Being
good
able
for
to
my
use that
Venusaur.
sponge sticking out his
Bad
tongue
news,
onto
Brown.
his Whiscash. You can see Bopper nodding his head, recognizing what he's coming in with, but Rose Paper says, okay. Well,
If you go to Twitch, if you just Google Twitch drops, it'll bring you to your inventory page where you can see your progress. Twitch.tv/drops/inventory, and you can see your progress. Soy sauce, don't worry, I'll let it run. I'll let it run.
Does have enough energy for the fly, but maybe over taps a bit.
This is not going to be enough damage. This is not going to be enough damage here.
This is a Brave Bird, and what a play by Roach and Babyface too. Most people like to go for the.
Oh, it is!
Especially if you are locked into a match.
Yes.
But Roach recognizing that
Yes. Good
shield
game,
whatever
good game,
comes
good
in
game.
anyway.
Appreciate
Going
it.
for this fly. He's
Appreciate
taking
it.
out a Lickitung, and
Good
okay, last
game.
second by shield prevents him from
All right, let's see
taking
if
out
I
that
get my
Quagsire.
balloon. I get my balloon, please.
To the Annihilate because the Brave Bird did
I get
debuff
a
the
balloon?
Talonflame, but he remembers how spammy
Can I get
and
a
how
balloon?
efficient the Shadow
If not,
Quagsire can be.
it is
So
what
he
it
does
is.
give up that Protect Shield. Gonna KO the Talonflame with the Aqua Tail. No
Doesn't look
problemo.
like I'm getting
Now
a
we see the
balloon. I'm
Whiscash
gonna
charge
hop
back.
out and
With
hop
the
back
charge
in,
button
see
now,
if it triggers a
Bopper's gotta get
balloon.
the opportunity.
Not sure if
This
no, it's odd hour.
A bait as well. This is
Odd
very
hour.
risky bait, and it doesn't get called by Roach and Babyface. Gets that shield with an Aqua Tail. Now he still has so much energy. He might have to go for another one there before the Stone Edge goes through. No, recognizing that
no
this is just
balloon.
Aqua Tail letting that
So I'm gonna have to sit on this.
going ahead and tanking this,
Defeat
and
Team Go
meanwhile,
Rocket.
continuing to charge
I
away.
have to do
Yeah,
that
I
later.
think that Bopper wants his Shadow Quagsire to get Volt Switch down, so he does reach for the Annihilate.
All right, everybody.
We're gonna see
Once
a
again, thank you
discard
so
get
much for
fired
checking
off
out the
here.
stream.
Bopper
We really
probably
appreciate
doesn't
it,
use Protect
and
Shield
it means a lot to us to be able to do this with Niantic and Pokemon Company. So thank you so much. If you haven't used your free Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime sub, we'd love it if you spent it on us. You get a free one every month. Doesn't cost you anything extra. I'm going to let the stream run for about another 10 minutes or so. So that way, if you need a few extra minutes to catch up on the Twitch drop, you're all good. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Tuesday, next Wednesday night. If you want to check out LuredUp Podcast, we'll be there. And just check out PokemonProfessor.com for info on everything. Good night, Annihilate.
Babyface able to capitalize on the smallest mistake to win this game.
That's it. Good night.
One little mistake is all that it
Thanks,
takes.
everybody. I'll keep the stream running.
One shot's going through by both of them. Not enough energy, not enough health. Roach and Babyface taking game number 1 with that Mud Bomb from the Whiscash.
I'm telling you, Roach and Babyface with the mid-game Talonflame really flipped it on its head. He's able to send in the Fire and Flying type Pokemon, Brave Bird through the Lickitung, take a shield off the Shadow Quagsire, and that was so much utility from one single Pokemon.
Absolutely, and you can tell that Bopper wasn't even sure if he wanted to shield up that Quagsire right away either. If he didn't, that fly would have taken it out, and that Talonflame would have gone through both the Lickitung and the Quagsire.
I really hope the chat is popping off right now because I can hear our fans in the arena popping off. Lots of Vamos Rochas. Send Bopper your energy so he can win this game number 2 and get back in this series. Let's take a look back here. Game number 1. We opened up with the Whiscash versus Shadow Quagsire matchup.
And this isn't normally typically, but a great catch here by Bopper, going ahead and catching that onto the Lickitung. But this is where it started to go a little bit south, because the big problem is when players switch out, a lot of times if you're not taking notes or if you just can't quite remember where people are at in energy, it can cost you later on in the game.
Yes.
And that's exactly what ended up happening to Bopper here. As you can see, right now it's like, what a call coming in with this Charge-a-Bug. But I mean, at this point, the Whiscash has basically been long and forgotten.
Exactly, and speaking of forgotten, Bopper forgot that the Whiscash had one Mudshot stored, so he wasn't able to force a Charge Tech priority tie. But guess what? This is a new game. Wipe the slate clean, refresh your mind. We have leads on the field. Azumarill versus Annihilate.
Azumarill is pretty great into Annihilate overall. These counters are not going to be doing that much damage, but that Shadow Ball does hit pretty hard should he want to throw it. Looks like he is going to go ahead and throw it right away. Doesn't want it to be thrown onto anything else, like perhaps the Lickitung, which would not be doing a lot of damage. No shield by Rocha Babyface. But as you can see, this thick Azumarill is already down to the yellow.
Yeah, Bopper making another catch in game number 2, back-to-back. He preserves the Annihilate, chips down the Azumarill. That tells Rocha Babyface that Bopper does not have a hard answer for the Azumarill, so he's got to beat it by committee. Now we are in the Lickitung mirror.
And we've seen this mirror so many times. It's because it's so popular with that #1 Pokemon being used in this tournament. No doubt we're going to see the Lickitungs, but you're not going to have a hard time telling these two apart because one of them is a shiny golden like a Hawaii sun, while the other one is that typical normal Lickitung. Already at a ton of energy, almost at 2 body slams. Rocha Babyface throwing that first.
Yeah, this is our mid-game matchup, right? Our opener was kind of like a sprint. Now we're at a jogging pace, just trying to work through this matchup, watching the switch timers tick down for both players. And it looks like Bopper's health deficit is going to be a bit detrimental. I do think Rocha Babyface will win this matchup the longer it goes on.
I think one thing that a lot of players like to consider when they're going through these matchups is, am I playing for switch advantage or am I just playing for shield advantage or just basically any type of advantage you can get? Bopper doesn't seem that desperate to have that switch advantage, always swapping in that Lickitung. And now coming in, just kind of getting energy on different Pokemon, saving that body slam for later, and now we see going for the heavier hitting power whip. He's gonna whip it, and he might whip it good because no shield is being used here. This Annihilate is down to the red.
Annihilate is weak, but Rocha knew, Bopper knew that it wouldn't be that good against the Azumarill, so he's willing to sacrifice it and allow that damage to come through. Gets off a parting Night Slash against a Charger Bug, and now he's got a Shadow Quagsire in the back. Gonna wait down the switch timer all the way because he did just bring in his Annihilate.
It's really smart to get switch locked. As you can see, if the Pokemon are faded out, that means you can't switch yet on that right-hand side. But this is a great matchup for Bopper. Not only going to outpace here, those Volt Switches aren't going to be doing that much damage, and we've seen how quickly this Quagsire can get 2 attacks. Already 1 Aqua Tail going through, X-Scissor going through on Rocha Babyface's side. 2 shields left on Bopper's, first one being used here.
Yeah, first shield of the game, actually, for either trainer. And at this point, I think Bopper's just committing to the Aqua Tail spam. Here comes the back-to-back X-Scissors from the Charge Bug. Bopper says, I'm going to let this through because I know there's an Azumarill in the back, and Ice Beam or Play Rough would hurt more, so I can take this.
Exactly. If you only have 1 shield left to your side, you got to figure out when is the best time to utilize it. What is going to be the thing that is going to be hitting the heaviest? Really great timing here by Bopper, recognizing right when he was going to be able to get to that X-Scissor, throwing that Aqua Tail because he knows he wins charge attack priority, and the Charger Bug goes down. Still 2 shields left on Rocha Babyface's side, and basically still a decent amount of health left on the Azumarill. This first attack being thrown. Will it get the shield? There's got to use him at some time, Rocha.
Bopper's been spamming the Aqua Tails. Does Rocha? No. He uses his first Protect Shield of the game on an Aqua Tail bait, and at this point, Bopper is starting to build back some of that advantage. Throws the Stone Edge. This is going to deal a ton of damage. Does Rocha call it? This is the most important shield of the game. Rocha calls it.
Not only does he call it, these bubbles are doing so much. It looks like Bopper trying to catch again, but no. This time Rocha says, I know what your plan is. You've caught so many charge attacks on this Lickitung, but this time the Lickitung will at least be able to get off a body slam. Should be enough to knock out the Rocha's Babyface's Lickitung. But now at this point, is he going to be able to get the bubble down? No, a body slam coming through.
Oh, it's going to be so close. Body slam's going to come through. Azumarill will probably hang on, but it's going to be deep into the red. It needs to bubble down the Lickitung. Azumarill, bubbles coming through. It does get the knockout. 1 more Pokemon to get through.
He's going to go ahead and get through. It looks like he is throwing the attack right away. There's too much in the tank there for the Quagsire to be able to just completely bubble down. But will he be able to get to that next Ice Beam? He is 1 bubble away. He is at it before the Aqua Tail. Rocha Babyface taking this in the slimmest of margins.
Winners round 1 and day 2. Let's get some Vamos Rochas in the chat. What an incredible 2-0 series against one of the best players in NA. Rocha Babyface separated himself versus the competition here with the 2-0 victory.
Absolutely incredible plays. You know, we talked earlier about, is the Whiscash still meta? I think Rocha Babyface says, have you seen the plays? Whiscash is definitely still there. These 2 trainers shaking hands, Talonflame lovers exchanging back their team sheets. And wow, incredible. First winners side bracket, guys. We're still in the winner's side of the bracket.
Amanda, we didn't get any Talonflame mirror matches, right? Let's have them battle again, just for fun,
sure,
right?
Yeah, I mean, I
really
enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it as well, but what an impressive showcase there by Rocha and Bopper, 2 of our most talented trainers from different regions, right? Seeing Rocha in game 1 pivot to the Talonflame. You saw Bopper's reaction. He said, oh, he kind of raised an eyebrow like, oh, Talonflame now? Okay, we'll see what you do with it.
Really? Talonflame now?
Really? But he was able to make the most of it. As we take a look back at game number 2, this one came right down to the wire. Azumarill, that pick that you highlighted, Amanda, was so clutch for Rocha in the final moments.
And this was actually the thing that made it so clutch, because Azumarill can't hold 2 ice beams at the same time, so he was still a bubble away. And he knew that since Bopper only had 1 shield, if he could still get to that, then he would be able to take it out. If there was 2 shields remaining, he would have had to go for aggressive bubble down, and I'm not sure he would have been able to make it, because that Aqua Tail would have been enough to take out the Azumarill. Again, those games were so incredibly close. Bopper should be so incredibly proud of how he played that out.
Every 4 seconds, Quagsire gets an Aqua Tail, right? And Azumarill needs a 1.5 seconds to get a bubble through. So you can only budget a couple of bubbles before the Aqua Tail is ready to go. So you're exactly right, Amanda. That came right down to the wire. And it's so impressive to see these matches come that close, because now we know, in hindsight, if Bopper could have maybe overcharged 1 mud shot somewhere, just get 1 second of that valuable energy anywhere else in the game, he might have won. But that's not how it went. Rocha was able to outplay, outmaneuver, and outskill Bopper in that series, and that led to the 2-0 victory.
And that's absolutely a great way to put it. It's because these trainers, both of them, all the trainers that qualified for Worlds, obviously have a very high skill set. They're obviously very, very good players. A lot of times, it really comes down to who is just maximizing their energy, who's being just a little more efficient, who's making the least amount of mistakes, because everyone's going to make a mistake, and at some point or another, you're going to get a shield call wrong, you're going to over-farm, you're going to forget where they're at in energy, and then they're already at a mud bomb. It's whoever can make the least amount of mistakes is going to be the person who's going to be able to do the best, because at this skill level, there's really not much of a separation.
You nailed it, and that's the challenge of Worlds as well. I mean, maybe you could go to a local tournament or even a regional championship and play against maybe a newer player in round 1. You do not get that luxury here at the World Championships. You have to be on all the time. And speaking of on, we've had our eyes on social media, and we've been looking at your posts. Make sure to use that hashtag Pokemon Worlds. We have one here from Leon. Is that a shiny, what I call Scubachu?
Yeah, it's like his first raid, and it's a straight up Shundo as well. So not only is it shiny, it is a 15, 15, 15 in the appraisal. These are coming from the raids here at the venue. I am so jealous. Maybe it wasn't even at the venue. I believe it's being raided all over.
Leon, I have to ask you, did you max it to level 50? Did you best buddy it? And if not, if you haven't done those 2 things, you should probably just transfer it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. Unfortunately, if you trade it, the floor kind of changes, so it's not like you can give that to someone else. Otherwise, I'd say, I would gladly take it off of your hands. Let's move on to our former world champion, our 2023 champion, It's Axon, saying, I really wanted the rematch.
and what he's referring to, right, is in the 2023 World Championships, he took on Rubik's Master in the Grand Finals. But look how the bracket shook out. It's Axon and Rubik's Master in the same group, but It's Axon was knocked out by Australia's Rick Flareon. Meanwhile, Rubik's Master could not get past Brazil's LNDS Harjef.
And fun little fact about those last seasons, Rubik's Master only lost last season. To any trainer, only trainer he lost to was It's Axon, which was incredible. Look at this. Wow. We're only a few hours into day 1, and I'm already having so much fun. Boots, ditto. Me too. I was having so much fun just in the beginning of day number 1.
I love how Pokemon fans can enjoy this tournament in so many different ways. It's not just a competitive environment, right? If you're a Pokemon collector, if you're a fan, a cosplayer, there's a place for you at these championship series events. So I highly recommend anyone who loves Pokemon, has a passion for it in their hearts, to come to these events, because everyone is included, everyone's appreciated. And yeah, I've heard production saying, yeah, let's go see the cosplayers again. Or let's go see the collectors. Let's get more pictures and content. Really special celebration of all things Pokemon here in Hawaii.
Yeah, and even if you're like a competitor and you didn't end up doing so well, you were already knocked out of the tournament. I know some people have been saying, oh yeah, there's a scavenger hunt here. There's different routes for Pokemon Go that people can take that could get some nice little in-game rewards. Speaking of rewards, we also have Twitch drops for people who are watching from home who actually couldn't even make it to the venue. A lot of really good things for our next Pokemon season that's coming up in September.
Spoilers, but looking here at what we have in front of us, this could be